Welcome. Hope you like the music, cause you're gonna be listening to it for a while. But yeah, it's starting. The stream is started. Let's and I said we listen to music. No, stop. All right. Charity time has begun. Let's go. Woo, charity time. Heck yeah, dude. It is indeed charity time. So, first things first, I'll repeat this if people ask, but links are in the description of the live stream. If you want to support, go ahead, hit the HTB Streamlabs, not Joe Schmo. Why does it say not Joe Schmo, not Jojo Does Things? No clue. No clue. Also, if audio's out of whack, please feel free to let me know. I will try my best to adjust it. But yeah, of course, there's start music. It's called SSS or Shucks. It's got like 92 views in total. Pretty banging tune, if I do say so. It good? Yeah. All right, cool. All right. And as I said in the promotional stuff for the stream, all going to charity. For most streams in the future, it'll be, I think I'll still donate a small portion, but for today and tomorrow, all of it's going to charity. So we can help those people, because Christmas. It's Christmas. But yeah. There you go. That was me. Hey. I don't know if I'll have a face cam on, but it's me. I'm here. Let's go. So, we got this is the timeline for the also, the stream might crash. Like, it might crash multiple times. So I'm a little worried, but I've rendered this. I've tried my best to make it good, so we should be good. Also, this is my desk. I got Bomb Man over there. Ba-boom. You can barely see it, but there's the yellow exclusive Enter the Gungeon thing. Now we got my boy right here. Yob. And I have promoted the stream everywhere, so we should be good. Viewers that want us tune by should be tuning in pretty soon. And yeah. Got chat open. Alright. I don't know if I'll have my face cam on for all of this. Got my mic. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Basically, what this is going to be, I'm going to go through all this. I'm going to go through, I'm pointing at it in real life, but we're going to go through all this. All of it. Every single one. And yeah. Let's start at the very beginning. Alright, part 1. Oh wait, let me make sure audio. Yeah.
Warning, the following video contains instances of stupidity, pathological lying, and general idiocracy. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, first thing. Oh, I'm going to re-explain real quick. I'm going to be going through the whole timeline process behind it. I'll be pausing to explain stuff and telling funny stories about scenes. And this is just so I can get a behind the scenes. Maybe, I don't know if I'll do it all today. I'll try to get it all done because I got plenty of time for this stream. And yeah. So first things first. This part right here, this was added in very late post. And trying to think other stuff about it. It was kind of inspired by the beginning of a YouTuber called Peter Knetter. He did a video where he was stranded offline, and he started with the following is like a stupid thing, and I was kind of inspired by that and just like general warnings for what you're gonna get into, which it's insane. Like 8 months, by the way. And in the timeline, this took place pretty much like late, like 3 weeks before, like a week before it was uploaded. I added in this part right here. And yeah, and let's move on. Stop. Okay, this whole timeline, this was the, like, aside from putting on the original footage of the screen capture and fixing that, this was the first thing I did. So you'll notice there's a recorder version of the Bob Ross theme. Now, I couldn't find anything on YouTube about the, like, Bob Ross recorder, because usually there's, like, recorder, like, memes, songs, solos of, like, popular song. Like, you can probably find one of Funky Town, Megalovania, probably some Gorillaz songs you could probably find. But for Bob Ross, nothing. I couldn't find anything. So I went out of my way to go on and commission a guy to do the song for me. And let me pull up the original video. Sorry. I'm gonna pull up the original video. Oh, cool. I'm in the recommended. John, I'm gonna pull up the tab. This guy, John M. Man NP. This guy, if you want a crappy recorder solo of, like, any song, this guy. Promotion. You wanna do that guy. And I sent him, and I said, hey, could you do the Bob Ross theme? And I said, he's like, sure. And he did it for me. But only after I received it, I realized that it was the incorrect version. Because there's the Bob Ross, like, intro theme that plays at the start of every episode, which is a nice, steady fade out. And it's only, like, a few seconds long, like this. It looks like this. But, I accidentally sent the extended version of the song. So I had to kind of at the end here. You'll notice it's like boom, boom, boom. It keeps going. It keeps going way beyond that. And if I really want to, I can post the full version somewhere on YouTube, because I've thought about making, like, a second channel where I post random stuff, and I'd post that. But yeah, that's the music. Of course, this was, like, one of the first things I did. So of course we got epic seamless spin, and yeah, I just do that for a bit. Funny zoom in text. I'm gonna go over this because I've gotten complaints like, that's too fast, I can't read it. So I'll pause it so you can understand it if you're watching this. And at the end here, I do some epic spins, uncropped, bit crushed explosion, and then epic flashy text. This flashing text was the first roadblock, because you can't just, like, say, hey, just make it flashing text. Well, what you have to do is you have to let me pull it up. Okay. Well, my webcam. See, if we go and look at it, you can see right here, like, you have basically all you have to do is you have to go into all right, oh my gosh. You have to go into effects, color, HLS, you drag that on, keyframe 0, then just do a ridiculous amount of things. I did 64 times 5, which is like 360 times 5. Like, it works like kind of like a clock. So, like, it does 180, 270, 360. It switches over to 1x00. So yeah, and it's like every frame it's flashing text. That's how I did that. And if you're wondering, this is my art. I have I've done all this art. Basically, what I like to do is sometimes when I'm really tired, I'll just like I'll just open up MS Paint because I didn't really have any other basic drawing programs. I don't have like GIMP or anything like that. So I just opened MS Paint and I did this. You can see, I'm going to full screen it. You can see I didn't learn the epic gamer tip of using, what's it called? Using the pencil. So you can see kind of like borders on everything. But yeah. And I have learned better. Like for this bullet, I did actually learn from it. This is the I attempted to do something like Jackson Pollock. Basically, I opened MS Paint. I just like and I just paint bucketed everything. Also, I'm in the way, aren't I? Yeah. Let me move myself out of the way. Make it kind of small. Yeah, because it's not really that. It's just me. You don't want to see this idiot 24/7. Hydrated. Yeah, basically this was the intro. It's me. I had to green screen this out, and that was also an ordeal. That's something I did a lot in this, you'll notice, is just going in and just cropping out stuff. Because also I threw like an effect in basically every single 5 seconds. Because I had to compensate for not uploading for 8 months. And yeah. This art piece right here, I'm actually really proud of. It's Octodad, which really good game, really good game, and so I draw him, and I'm really proud of it. And yeah, there's this masterpiece. Yes, it is a masterpiece. Explosion. Joe's Thing presents how to make self-portrait like a pro. And that was the first thing I did. And let's move on. That right there, that was added in, I think, a little bit before this. Yes, I think a little bit before this. So basically, you hear the Donkey Kong Country Returns music, and I'll go over all the background music later, because you'll see it says, if you read it closely, it says FLAC Transport. That was a whole ordeal that I did deal with when doing background music, because in my files, most of my video game music I saved, it's all FLACs, because FLAC is, if you don't know, MP3 is the basic, WAV is like really good, and then FLAC is like the highest level of quality. Because MP3s apparently, like, those rot and data loss over time, and they get worse. FLACs don't do that, except most programs, like Premiere, they don't take FLACs. They only do MP3s and WAVs, and that was something I had to deal with. But again, I'll get into that later, about how I dealt with that. But basically, I just slam the table, because at the very start, I go like, howdy people, and I decide, you know what, I'm throwing in Donkey Kong music, let's do a funny YouTube poop moment, because why not? And yeah, I say I tried to warn you, which is, if you weren't listening to the past, I don't know, that's referring to, write this, stupidity. And apparently I've been told that idiocracy is, like, not the right word here, but I don't really care. Yeah. I tried to warn you. Let's move on. Howdy, people. Today we're making an art. Whoa. Today we're making art. Ooh. And then, like, I go like that. And then Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty much how I did it. You just did a funny zoom in.
Whoa. And by art,
Oh,
self-portraits.
hold up.
And by art,
All right. So, and then we do the funny zoom in. The cheering sound effect. I think crowd cheer. I don't know. I could be wrong, but this might have been from the Wii Sports soundtrack. I downloaded the Wii Sports music, and I think it included all like the cheering sound effects. That might be what it's from. No, actually, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That's later. This I think I'm just downloading from somewhere. I'm not really quite sure.
and by art, we're gonna go specific. Self-portrait.
This I just looked up self-portrait and got that. For a lot of these, I'm gonna skip over them. But basically, if I don't say anything about an image, that just means I just yoink from Google.
The greatest artists in history have
In
always
history,
done
have always done
self-portraits.
self-portraits.
Look at Leonardo.
Leonardo. Okay, this is
So,
Leonardo.
Da-
I've been told. I think after I realized that Leonardo da Vinci. I thought Leonardo and Da Vinci were two separate people, and because you can kind of tell these are kind of the same person, and I don't know if that was like I knew that and I was joking or not.
Vinci. And
And of course, this is Da Vinci as a cat. All three are Da Vinci. Good examples. And also, Da Vinci is the funny. There's like two funny guys that like Da Vinci, and they go like that. I'm not referring to that when I make that joke. If Da Vinci, it's a C. C's make a K sound. Da Vinci makes sense. And I'm not referring to
other guy. So today, I'm gonna make one too because I'm an artist. I mean, look at this. Wow.
This is also these are also two pieces of art I made. I don't know why I made Sans gray background, and also he doesn't have arms. Snass Undertale, best character. We got Bloons Monkey, which, as you can see, also I didn't use the pencil tool because I was a stupid idiot, and yeah, amazing. This right here, that's a reference to I believe his name is Equals 3, Ray William Johnson. I don't know. I just remember seeing this like in other places, where it's like a.
First
And it's kind of like that.
step of art.
Also, I should clarify. If you think that like I did a good job of this, be proud. I have massive ego, but like be impressed because all of this, every single joke I make, until I cut away, and move on to like after I say the final step. After I say I move on to the final step, which is, let me look. It's like up until right here, all of this past this blue line right here, unscripted. Yeah, every single joke I make on the spot. And I did take multiple recording sessions. I did record multiple times, and like I'll like got through like halfway through, and then I'm like no, and I like unpause it, and then like I stopped recording. But this was like the whole thing. So I'm actually really impressed with how funny of jokes I got made up on the spot. But yeah, that's just for reference. That's what it is. So yeah.
Da Vinci. Choose an art program.
Art program.
Now, most nerds would go on
Funny Vine
to
Boom.
like something like Adobe Creative Cloud
If you can
and
afford
go
it. because most people, well, they can get it, but
Pull up
They pirate.
Adobe Fresco
this was as you can see,
and go pull up Adobe
you just spin it, and then just go from here to here,
Fresco
and
make some
easy.
fancy.
This is is there a watermark? Hold on. Is there a watermark on it? No, there isn't. I thought I saw like right here, like a little camera, and I thought, is there a watermark? Yeah, but I guess that's like fine because people need their credit for art, and I can't pay. I didn't pay. I just look it up, right click, save image, pray it's not a web file, and boom.
Adobe
let's see.
Fresco make
some fancy
fancy
schmancy.
schmancy. But you don't know how to make
Don't
art.
know how to make art,
So you can't use that.
You can't use that.
can-
I can barely use it. Yeah. Fun
Barely
fact, that's
use it.
true. True. I don't know how to
So
use
we're
Adobe
gonna
Fresco.
use the best art program, Miss Paint.
I just do a fade out right here. I so heavily considered doing like the MS dot paint like joke, or like putting like a image as I say MS Paint, but I guess I chose not to, which is odd. And then
Everyone, give a warm welcome to
Mrs.
Paint.
Mrs. Paint. And yeah, I use the music for right here. I use the Mario Paint, the famous one called Creative Exercise. I always called it Let's Get Creative, but it's called Creative Exercise. I do use another Mario Paint soundtrack, but again, we'll get to that. This sound effect right here, that's the Wii Sports sound effect. That's the one I'm referring to. When I said earlier that when I downloaded the Wii Sports, that's the crowd cheering sound effect. So if you're like in bowling there and you like do a strike, you will probably hear that in the background.
Welcome to Mrs. Paint.
Mrs. Paint. Is that how you pronounce Mrs.? Is it MS or is it MRS? I actually don't know this. I'm gonna look it up. Mispronunciation. Okay. Alright, there's a video here.
Very informal with strangers.
Uh-huh.
You can use someone's first name
Alright, I'm gonna let you guys watch it too.
and you introduce a rest. And they want you to use your hotel.
Uh-huh.
We can
Uh-huh.
say Mrs.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. You can say Miss Johnson. Miss, say Ms. I am Ms. Preston.
Okay. The more you know. Apparently this would be Ms. Paint. I'm smart. I'm surprised that no one's pointed that out to me yet, because that would be I guess because it's like a confusing thing, and just people say MRS, MISS, MS as like Miss or Mrs. and it's kind of exchangeable when really it's not. But yeah,
Mrs.
Miss
Paint.
Paint.
Mrs. Paint. First step of art, don't use the brush. It sucks.
This was also like I've rendered it so it's good, like so it doesn't lag. But this right here, this was the first like part where it like struggled a lot in editing, and like it would like lag a lot when you try to scrub through it.
First
Like,
step of
because
art,
I think-
don't use the brush.
I think I don't know why, honestly, because like it's just like swapping from this image to a zoomed in one.
Art, don't.
And it might be because of this, and I think I might have like actually gone in and like adjusted it in here and not cropped that out in Photoshop. Not quite sure, but that I just remember that
Use
was
the
the
brush.
first
It
part that really
sucks.
struggled.
Because the pencil. Because
I stumble over my words a lot because I kind of like that. Basically, I'm trying my best to just like do that, but really I should just stop, and so I can like cut to it, because if you do that, it's gonna sound like like it'll make kind of a sound when you try to cut off of it, unless you're very
Example.
precise.
you do this, it's like
Fun
you
zoom
try
in?
to fill it in with the paint bucket, which is
MS Paint Bucket, pretty great tool. Without it, we would all
best
suffer.
tool. You fill it in. Ew. Icky. Look at that. Disgusting.
Disgusting. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it. That this was the one thing I thought about after I uploaded it. I didn't think about it before I was editing it. But you probably, if you weren't paying attention, you probably wouldn't think what I'm talking about. But basically, I'm gonna summarize it real quick. What happens is in MS Paint, that's not MS Paint. In MS Paint, for some reason, let me zoom in. If you use the pencil tool, it makes like straight line. Like that, right? It's all black. And also you can see on my face, it's kind of bright. But if we go to, let's see. If we use the brush, the most basic brush. Now you can see here, but there's like little gray dots. And that's something the brush tool does, is it tries to like blend it with like the color of the background. And I think that, and if you draw a circle like that, because it fills in all the connected same colors. So there will be places where it's like, oh, it's gray, and in MS Paint, it's saying, oh, well, that's a different color, so we're not going to fill that part in. Even though, like, I just want to fill in all of it, it's going to look crappy. But if you use pencil, oh, well, I'll show you in the video.
Look at that. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
So basically, what you want to actually do is how do I zoom back out?
This was kind of manufactured, like where I kind of struggled, and basically I was confused for about maybe 3 seconds in total, but I kind of extended it for the joke, and so I could do a funny cutaway. I was thinking about edits I could do in post. That's, when it comes to filming, that's probably the smartest thing you can do, or one of the smartest things to do, is plan out like your stuff. Even at the most basic level, just think about, all right, when I'm in editing, what can I do? And of course, I'm not an expert on this, but I just found it's really good to do that. It's like, okay, what can I do like in post that would be funny? And like funny cutaway. So just like, if you want to, like, well, if you do, like, just pause, like try to stumble over your words. How do I zoom back? How do I zoom back out? But don't pause your sentence. That's one thing I learned, is when you plan to do funny cutaways, don't like, and how do I zoom back? Like, don't just pause, because that's like, oh, that's where I want to cut it. You'll know in post, because if you have like your face cam showing, how do I zoom back up? Like, it kind of like the face, it'll tell, you can tell when like I'm about to stop speaking. So I think there might be some spots in here where I do that, and you can tell like I stop talking. And it just looks better if you just cut it away and like just keep talking. Yeah.
How do I zoom back out?
This is I'm a good artist. What you just saw didn't happen. Anyways, follow me on that's short for Instwitter. It's Instagram. But I'm probably wondering what's the music for it? Let me just share that with you, Franz Ferdinand Yodel. Oh, what? No results. Alright. I'm gonna try to find it for you guys. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, it's Franzol. But basically, I quoted this in the video, but basically it's a pretty funny video. It's masterpiece. I got this now. I got this joke. I didn't just find this and be like, oh, I could use that in a video. It's so funny. A lot of edits in this video are going to be inspired by four people in particular. Emplemon, four YouTubers. Emplemon, Kadikarus, Grapefruit, and Peter Knetter. Almost all the edits in this video are like inspired by them a whole lot. And this is one where basically in a joke video series that Grapefruit has. Grapefruit, if you don't know, he's a Twitch streamer but also a YouTuber. He makes really great content. He's in my on my channel. I have a section of channels that I really like. He's in there. Go check him out. But basically, he has a series called Scoop, and it's basically edits of old Scooby-Doo episodes, and he pulls out Shaggy is chomping his teeth. Then there's some big evil villain Texan guy. He shoots his gun. It goes to this, and it just that. It's but instead of it just being text like this, it's what's it called? Half-Life 2, Part 2 credits, I believe. And yeah, and he also uses it at the end of the video. But yeah, I looked at that, thought it was funny, and you know what? I'll do that in my video too. Yeah.
So what you're actually gonna want to do is you're gonna want to get the pencil tool and crank that baby
to four pooks. Fun fact: this font, JoJo's font time. I'm making this on the spot. Every single font used in this video is different. Pretty much every single one, aside from an instance at the end where I used my favorite font I found. This is Gemini Moon. Fun fact: 4 pixels, because 4 pixel. It's 4 pixels wide.
So that way, if you make an art, and you do that,
and you do that, and you do that. That I might start saying that more often. Honestly,
let's get the paint bucket.
Stretched out. Because stretching is guys instant comedy. Yeah, comedy in a bot. That's one thing that my generation has just instantly thought oh, that's hilarious. It's just
filled
things being
in.
stretched out.
Whoa, amazing. So yes, use the pencil tool. That's how you use the pencil tool. So today we're going to be making a...
Guys, guess what font this is? The chat right now. What font is this? Go right now. What font is it? Guys, I'll give you 10 seconds. What's the font, guys? Guys, what's the font? What's the font, guys? Guys, what's the font? What is the font, guys? Guys, what's the font? Any answers? Comic Sans, correct. It is indeed Comic Sans, the best font ever. Well, actually, I guess I technically used this twice in the video. Because I used it in, the paint itself. I used Comic Sans, but I think this is the only time in the video Comic Sans shows up. You only get to suffer through it once. And, of course, I'm saying... You already said that in reference to...
Today we're going to be making a
portrait. That's something I tend to do in my videos. Like, I'll just stumble over and
Portrait.
repeat
And
my
as
words.
you can see by this, I'm pretty basic
Okay.
person. You just first things first. Let's draw the head.
Let's draw the head. Yeah.
So you get that. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's the key to art.
The key to art.
The imperfections.
The imperfections
make the good.
Make the good. Now, see, I just said that was the only time I used Comic Sans, but what's that? What's that? I'm a liar. Funny lying. I love lying, guys. But imperfections make the good. There's probably like some smarter version of that quote out there somewhere. I don't know, maybe some Sun Tzu quote, where it's like I can't even think of anything.
Make the good.
And yeah, this is like a kind of watered down belief of what I think art is. I'll be quick with this rabbit hole, but basically just imperfections make art. And with AI art, if everything's done perfectly, if we get to a point where AI art is perfect, then that's not art. Like, because the imperfections, they make things. Because that's how we know differences. Like, mistakes can like cause things, and also amazing things have been like mistakes. Like, there's a song called Mac the Knife. Well, I guess that's not really a mistake, but basically it was just written like like with no effort, and it's just boom, great, very well known song. And yeah, that's kind of my belief. Maybe I'll make a video about that.
So now we have the head, and what you want to do is, if you don't perfectly cut it off, that's okay. There's always the eraser.
This right here. I don't know how to make something like flash opacity. So basically what I had to do was I basically had to like cut down this image, and then like copy it, and then copy that, and copy that, and copy that, and copy that, until I got this. And it was very, very painful. Oh, also, I want to say this, but if you have any questions about the process, that like as I'm doing this, chat, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Like, if you like have questions to ask about. But, and I'll say if like I go over them later, but just feel free to ask questions. So funny thing is, anyways, back to this. I didn't crop this out. I think it was kind of out of laziness, and like, just throw it in there. Because basically, for this whole video, it's done in order. Like, I go from left to right. And, yeah. So, unless it's like, there are some parts where I, like, go back and forth. But, like, I do an edit in the front last, like I said. But most of this is, like, as I go along. And so, I think you'll notice as I go along, the edits of the edits get progressively more and more like complex. Infernal Omen. I died to a zombie to answer the font question. Worth it. Thank you. Very, very worth it. Let's get. All right, let's
pretty
go.
basic person.
Pretty basic person. Let's draw the head. All right, and yeah.
And you just go through and do that. Perfect.
I'm really proud of this head. It's just a really simple
now,
thing to like just show your face.
Now we just add the facial features. Now
all right.
drawing eyes.
Is hard. Hard, right? I used Comic Sans again. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep using. I thought I only used Comic Sans like once. Actually, this might not be Comic Sans, because there are like 20. No, it's Comic Sans. Dang it. But there are like 20 different fonts that are like a lot like Comic Sans and look a lot like it, but just aren't. So I just thought, oh, like I thought I used a different font, like that looked like Comic Sans, but I guess not.
Drawing the mouth.
But yeah, drawing eyes is hard. Drawing mouth is hard.
Drawing
nose is
eye-
hard. These eyes
Is
Really great
is
image.
hard.
hard. Notice the
Drawing
little
the
zoom in.
mouth is hard.
Drawing the mouth. The cat that's like, ah, and it says un difficile, French for hard, or difficult.
Drawing
I guess.
noses are
Drawing noses is hard. This is Wingdings. I don't think anyone understood this
hard. So
because it's only on screen for
it's
like
hard. Drawing noses are hard.
1 second. I honestly don't remember what this is. I thought it's 5 layers long, so I think it might have been tough. Yeah, it's tough. T and U use the same. Oh no, because it's a slightly fatter square. Okay, that's just tough.
Drawing
tough
the
puppy.
mouth is
Except
hard.
spelled differently.
Drawing noses are hard. So you can choose whether you want to include those or not. Because remember, kids, as long as you think it's you, it is you.
I think therefore I am, but with extra steps. As long as you think it is you, it is you. That's the Watch Mojo ding sound effect.
So
Pretty
we're
famous.
gonna draw the eyes first.
I'm really proud of this spin. Now the music, you'll notice, is like, if you thought, that's some pretty good sounding music. This is the Mint Jams version of Swear by Cassiope. Cassiope is a Japanese jazz fusion jazz and funk. I call it junk. I guess it is junk. A Japanese jazz fusion band. And I've discovered stuff. It's really good. If you're a fan of video game music, I feel like you'll like Cassiope, I think. I don't know if that's the right recommendation, but I just really like your music. You should go check them out.
Alrighty, that's pretty good. I mean, actually, let's.
And for this was also, I think this was something I did in post, and all I did was like make it louder and zoom in and add spinning text. JoJo's Font Corner. This is Falcon or Valken. JoJo's Font Corner.
No.
Basically, I looked up a video about like how to deep fry, like a video, and basically it's just like, go in. I forget how you do it, but basically it's like you go in, you hide the contrast, you just jack that up, and then you probably do something else to it. Yeah, I can look at it. Well, that's the text, and this is the webcam. So, crop. Okay, for the audio, I did use a custom audio, and basically you go in and I just clicked the one that said maximum pain, and I got a bass boost, I believe. I don't think I got actually no, I don't think I got bass boost on this one.
No. That's
And I just like increased volume. There are times where originally that was really loud, like ear piercing loud, and I'm wearing headphones, and that's already kind of loud. So, but then I had a friend come over who and a big thanks to him. You know who you are. Big thanks, and he came down to visit because he was on his way to visit some people, and he was He said, "Hey, you should probably lower all instances where like you lower the volume, like as a joke." And I'm like, "Oh well, it's just a joke." And he's like, like unless like you warn people about it, you probably shouldn't do it. Which I did warn people at the beginning, but it was a joke warning. So yeah. So any instance where like you would cause damage, like ears, eyes, I had to turn it down a bit. That was one instance.
So
Josiah then spent
And this was a fun instance.
the next 3 minutes being sarcastic.
I like the
and struggling to
constant
draw
zoom
something
in.
he's had since he was born.
Cheyenne spent the next 3 minutes being sarcastic and trying to draw something he's had since he was born. Eyes.
Because Josiah was so boring, I decided to review
I can't stress this enough, but I really like the zoom in of it's like sped up. I really like that.
this gorilla instead.
And yeah, I chose like this was for editing. It's just like just gorilla review. Why not?
Personally,
Why I like to bring my voice.
I find that he lacks style and quite a bit of grace, but he has quite a funny face to make up for that. Solid 8 out of 12.
Now I don't know if you noticed, but there's a guy.
It's a DKC 64. It's a Donkey Kong 64 reference to Lanky Kong. I didn't know if you knew that, and I played the
But he has quite a funny
I played the banana sound effect. I didn't know if you noticed that.
Solid 8 out of 12.
Yeah, just no style, no grace, funny face. Donkey Kong 64 reference. Well, yeah, it's a link.
Anyways, back to pre-crisis me.
Slight buildup of lore. Right there.
okay, after
Like that clap.
a bit of time,
A bit of time.
I
like that.
I made the eyes. Masterpiece.
Now, I forget what I said originally, but I think it was just like I kind of sat there and said masterpiece, or I might have said more stuff. But I had to I realized I couldn't just do that. Maybe it was really short. Like, really short. So I had to artificially extend it. And that's why you'll notice.
Mew mew mew. Masterpiece.
Masterpiece. I love that's Donkey reference.
And now
obviously.
let's draw
I abuse myself.
this thing that makes the noise. At least up here, that makes the noise. The mouth.
I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. It's like, yes, the guys make noise, and then I scribbled all that out. Wait, is this Germa? No, it's not Germa. Okay. And I got arid arrow, and then this can make noise. That can make noise. These make noise. These can make noise. I guess
least
this
up
joke kind of
here,
works.
that makes it
I don't know. Some parts of this I just threw together. It's like, why not?
The mouth. So we're
I'm
gonna
kind of proud of
pro tip.
that. You'll notice this isn't text in the thing because this isn't text in Premiere Pro because you can't do this funny flamey text in Premiere Pro. And you'll notice it's Times New Roman with flames. Good choice of text. If you want to know about that, I did find. Actually, for safety reasons, I'm gonna just gonna do that. It's called flamingtextlogo.com. Let me move myself. And you can just get like flaming text. You put in text, font size, font. You can upload. I think there's a lot of fonts in here, but you can upload pretty much any font you want. But yeah, file format is a GIF if you want the flamey text. Of course, with logo, you can choose blue flame, which I chose to do. I chose to do the blue flame, so it's pretty cool. And of course, you can adjust angles, for like everything, like that. And yeah, flamingtext.com if you want that funny flamey text. World Pinch. Ooh. Let's not get into that. Look at it later.
Use the circle.
And basically, like, I use a guitar shred, and then I do funny spin. Can I spin myself? No. What do you mean I can't spin this? Ah! Dumb. This is dumb. Also, I keep pausing myself. The stream. Yeah, I can't spin this. What the heck, man? What the heck? Anyways, so
Use the circle tool.
now see, I say here to use the circle tool as a pro tip. But I think it's during this cutaway, you'll notice the eyes are circles, perfect circles. Both of them, 4 times. I used 4 perfect circles. How did I draw that? I'm just really good at drawing. It's not like there's a...
Use the circle tool.
I definitely didn't use the circle tool for this. I drew this. Facts.
If you do it like this, that already looks like a mouth.
That already looks like a mouth.
In fact, I'm just gonna use that. So, we're just gonna.
How do I grab it? And yeah.
How
do I grab it? What font is this? JoJo's Font Corner. Sylphan. Of course, if you can't tell, this song is Funky Town by... I don't know who made Funky Town. But I'm not gonna look it up. You know what Funky Town is. Low quality version of it. It got past the YouTube copyright, which I'm surprised by. Because this song, if I did the normal version of the song, I'd probably get immediately struck down. And yeah. I literally grabbed over the next frame. Cutaway's a waste of time. Which is true. And this literally took... Like, I could have just left it going after I say, how do I grab it? And I would have been fine. Because, like, I immediately grab it and then drag it over. So this is basically a waste of time. I could have left this in. The video would have been shorter. That's how stupid I am. And, of course, later grab it over the next frame, so it's Cutaway's waste time. This took 8 months. At the time, if I had done it when I had made this text would have said this took 6 months, because I originally planned for this to be out in like September, on like September 11th. But I'm dumb and stupid and procrastinate, so I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do this by September or whenever, so I'm gonna say 7 months, which by then, if it was 7 months, it would be out November 1st. Like, that was the timeline. Or I'm not really sure. And then I had to change... I went back and changed this to 8 months because it went from being a... Well, when did I release this video? Am I dumb? December 1st. Yeah. This went from being a November 1st release date to a December 1st release date. I'm so good at this, man. But yeah. This was 8. It originally said 7 months, but now it says 8. I went back and changed it because that's how long editing takes, guys. Don't underestimate editing. Just right here, I use the it's FLAC, or I'll get to that later, at the end. But basically, I use the Super Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine. Which track is it? I'll open it. I'll look for it real quick. Let me. I have a thing where I use the music for videos. Okay, so it's Gelato Beach from Mario Sunshine.
Gonna do that. Hello, I'm Jojo Does Things, and you're watching YouTube. Beautiful.
That was also originally louder when I said beautiful. But yeah, right here, when I watched this premiere with my family, they really chuckled at this joke. So, good inclusion. And I always really like anime like this. I use it later in the video, but I love like the animation where it's like you're on a computer and you just drag things along the canvas to make a move. That's always like one of my favorite parts of like editing. One of my favorite edits you can do.
Beautiful. Now we have the mouth. But wait, we need to add just
All right, dental. I got some good looking teeth. I've been told they're good teeth, but if you compare then gross alert, if you are prone to inside mouth grossness, look away. Let's do a comparison. Right? Oop. Hold on. All right, let's do. This is live. I'm live right now. This is a good idea. Also, I got scabs all over my mouth. Alright, which is. The light's kind of ruining it, but. I think I have whiter teeth now. Let's go ahead and get this back to. Right? And, yeah. I did zoom in on my teeth because... And also, I think I have bloody gums. Did I have bloody gums when I made this? I don't think I did, but look at that. Like, look at that dark
things
red.
inside of it. Also,
Oh my gosh. Alright, if you're prone to sickness, you can look back now.
the tongue.
Oh, just kidding, because
and
I used this image. You got a metal tooth.
tongue.
Also known as the tongue.
And teeth. Like
And teeth, I guess. Because I really like that kind of edit where it's like tongue, and then you zoom out and it reveals like the rest of what you're saying too. That too. Also, I'm gonna go over this now, but I really struggled with the whole video, with doing with managing this, like this right here, and I'm gonna sidetrack right now, and I'm gonna go on to this. But basically, at the very start, when I was putting stuff on the timeline, how I recorded this. Basically, I had to open OBS, which is recording software, twice. One to capture my face, and then one to capture the screen. And basically, because if I had just done OBS, where like it was permanently my face in the corner, I feel like that would have limited me in what like edits I could do. Because then I wouldn't be able to move my face around the screen without like some really weird cropping, which I wasn't ready for at the time. And yeah. So that caused, like, basically I had to get both of these on time, but I had to sync the audio. And basically, if I remember correctly, I took the audio from the audio that was used for the what was it called? I used the audio from the monitor to sync it up with my mouth. And originally, when I first synced it up, it looked fine, but I noticed as I went along, like it slowly started to like sync out with my mouth, and I felt like you could tell like it was out of sync a little bit. Luckily, you'll notice that once you get to about here-ish, there's like these red things that show up. That's when I readjusted the whole timeline to to like sync the audio, and from then forward for the monitor part of the video until part 2, the audio was perfect. But yeah, it was a pain to like do that and like sync up the audio, and I constantly have to like redo stuff, and also like making sure like you didn't move the timelines over or like overcast on the audio or like drag something over the audio. And yeah. No one's saying anything in chat. I'm sad, but that's fine.
Magnifying.
Move forward.
Magnifying glass. We're gonna zoom in. Right? Look at that beautiful face. I mean, you'd wanna be friends with this guy, right?
And this was also something that caused me trouble, was zooming in on like this. Because I was already zoomed in for some edits, and this was like the zoom in right here that really like struggled. Been listening this whole time. Good job, man. You care about this. I don't know why, but thank you. I very much appreciate it. Oui. And anyways, but on with this. Basically, the zoom in, it kind of caused trouble. Another thing. For some reason, don't know why, when I put it on the timeline, the monitor and every other piece of footage that I put on there, it was I'm gonna wear it normally, Josiah, you stupid. But it was like, basically it was really zoomed in. I don't know why. But basically you'll notice, but this applies to almost every single piece of footage, but, let's see here. Let's get to a, let me try to find a part where it's like, right here. So, scale 15. But basically, if you put the monitor on full screen, it would have to be the scale 33% instead of being 100%. And I don't know why. And that caused me so much trouble when like editing. And did it do it for this one? 52%. Yeah, it did it for this one too. Because I kind of cropped. Because also another thing that caused trouble is if you zoom it out, I think I cropped it down, but basically, I'll undo this later. But basically, the whole video, I was drawing like this, where like there was just this whole cavern of like this whole area of like just gray, and I really wish I either would have like zoomed in to like be here, so that you wouldn't have to see this, because that caused a lot of trouble. And I had to like, to make edits more smooth, I had to put in like white squares, like big white squares to match the background, so that it would look normal. But yeah, let me just undo
Grab
that.
the magnifying.
And you zoom in.
You don't want to be friends with this guy, right?
I mean, would you be friends with this guy?
Right?
Right?
Just draw that. They don't have to be accurate.
They don't have to be
teeth
accurate,
aren't
because
perfect.
teeth aren't
Most
perfect.
People have teeth
Most people
taken
have
out of
teeth
their
taken out
bodies,
of their
so
bodies,
they can't be the most
they can't be the most
thing in the
perfect
world.
thing in the world. That's in reference to the famous thing of wisdom teeth, which I think a lot of people, almost every single person, has to have wisdom teeth taken out. So,
And boom.
I'm proud of that. I did it on the spot.
Boom.
I'm proud
It's
of that.
perfect.
And yeah, I think I went on a rabbit trail for my rabbit trail. But basically, cropping
What about-
this, like deciding like if I should like cut off like this right here and make it small, because I want it to be like a big part, but I think I should have just cropped it off like right where like this is. But the problem is I decided to like, oh, I should do that when I was like 12 edited minutes into it. so it was way too late for me to like go back and readjust everything and all the movements that happened. So basically, I was stuck with using you being able to see my chandelier from
The
upstairs.
tongue, you might ask, tongues aren't real.
Now see. Now see,
Tongue. And
okay, so I refer to the tongue right here, but then
about the tongue, you might ask, tongues aren't real.
I'm smart. See, it was an attempt to be funny, but it just ended up being like contingencies. Well, is contingency the right word? No, not a loophole. I don't know what the word is, but basically just like inconsistency in my video. On purpose. Right here. This was the first major edit, like the big boy edit. Everything before this was just basic zoom-ins. Right here, I think you'll notice it.
Now we're gonna
but
fill
basically-
in the entire mouth as black.
It like follows the mouse and then it zooms out, and then you put me over it. I'm really proud of this edit because if you look over here, right where my face is, right here on this line right here, those are all individual keyframes. So basically, I had to go in and manually just, all right, move this over. Like to give you an example, it's basically like all right, so like you place down, you make it the center, and it's like all right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's moved over there, so you move the whole
Gonna
image over
fill-
there. All right, it's moved over here. You follow that, and then you just do that for like forever. And I'm really
Fill
proud
in
of
the
that
entire
edit
mouth is
because I feel like it pays off.
black.
and It was a good edit.
See that looks beautiful. Yeah, I'd kiss that person. I think. I don't know. I've never kissed a person before, so I wouldn't know.
That's true. I've never kissed a person. Well, even now, I still haven't kissed a person. Well, I think I have, but like not for Riosies. And this is what I was talking about. This is a whole 6 frames long, and it's basically like I haven't kissed a person before, so I wouldn't know. Based, got the turtle sunglasses. Nobody noticed this. I'm pretty
Before,
sure.
so I wouldn't.
Well, there might have been some people, but like most people who watch it, I don't think they
And now-
they knew. Also, to reiterate, I haven't gotten any stream notifications yet. I don't know if that I haven't got any donations yet. I don't know if that means no one's donated yet, but I could be wrong. Cause I got the thing set up, so we're good. So if you've donated and like you haven't seen the notification yet, there should be a notification. You just let me know. But yeah, donations should show up. I can't wait for if the first one shows up. But yeah, let's move on.
Ears are very complex. And now we add the ears. Ears are very complex, but I've developed a secret method to making ears. What you have to do is
And yeah, it's just like expert artists only. Ears are very complex, and as an example, I'm gonna show off an image that I drew where I drew the ears. So let me pull that up. It's under my art folder. Right here. Can you see that? Yeah. All right. If you know who this is, you're cool. Basically, like, look at this. Look at this ear. Look at this. This was so hard to draw. And basically, I just, like, copied this from, like, a picture, and, like, I just drew it freehand. On mouse, by the way. On mouse. Fun fact. I drew this on mouse. I do now have a Epic drawing tablet, but I didn't then. So on mouse it was, and look at this ear, and it's like it's such a weird detail the ear is, but yeah, this I'm really proud of this art. This is one of my best art pieces yet. Anyways, on with the video. Ears are only for recommended artists only. I'm serious about that. If you're just like drawing, just honestly, just do that. Just do that. Like, I'm being dead serious. I'm trying to keep up with my live stream to make sure everything's going well, and I keep pausing whenever I try to click on Streamlabs. Anyways, on with the video.
And there you go. It's perfect. Perfect ears. Draw.
Like right here. And like right here is an instance where I had to put in a white image, like just a giant white rectangle behind everything so that it would look normal, because if it wasn't this, you would just see like the plaid background, which you can kind of see it, honestly. Like if you look on the edges, let me move my camera, but as you can kind of see on the edge right here, like there's like a small, like the gray and white like border, and yeah, that's like the no background. That's like transparency and like computer stuff. But like if I had just done that, there would just be a giant gap right here where it's just transparent, because if you remember correctly, I don't show it here, but like basically it cuts off. Like, it cuts off right here. So, like, this would be non-transparent. Chat is good. Nice. Let's go.
Perfect ears. Draw.
I censor out the word. You'll notice if you read the symbols, it's a C. Rights holder, that's an R. The and kind of looks like an A. And then this is kind of like a backwards piece. So I say crap. I censor out crap. Gotta keep that YouTube monetization. Well, I'm gonna mute myself. I got a cough. All right, we good. All right, let's get back to it.
The ear holes.
All right, this is the starting ongoing joke of me just every time I say the word boom, which is surprisingly often, I put in an explosion. Of course, that's not perfect because I went back through and there's parts where I say boom, I don't put an explosion in. I'm a little sad by that, but yeah.
Boom, it's beautiful. Alright, now we've got pretty much most of the face down.
And this is start of new music. And this is the Earthbound 4 side, which is a really good track. Also, just so you know, right here, I forgot to do JoJo's font corner, but basically this is this font is called Neon Lights, which if you kind of look at it, I guess it kind of looks like the tubes that like neon tubes that like lights go through. Did I miss anything else? No. Okay. Okay, so this video is like 30 minutes long, and we're an hour and a half into the stream. All right, so we're good. We're all right time. I'll have to
So add
go
the
through it
nose
faster.
too. And like with.
And
All right, now we've
I
got
really like
pretty
the.
much.
I'll go over all the background music later, but background music was probably the hardest thing for me to do.
You can also add.
I don't know how to feel about this edit where it's like it kind of cuts. Basically, I want to. This was also the downside of me recording separately, is that if there were parts where I had to zoom, I wanted to zoom in both the like footage and the footage of me, and yeah, that would be hard to do. So, and I had to do this jank thing where like you connect them in a nest, as Adobe calls it. And of course,
The face down.
it like gets slightly bigger. Ha! I'm dumb. So far, I've been following along, and the self-portrait is coming along great. Yeah, let's look at that. That's a great self-portrait. It's following all the great artist steps of draw.
And like with the ears, it's pretty simple. You just
Yeah, just draw. Just do that.
there you
Beautiful
go.
nose.
Perfect.
Like, see, I feel like
perfect.
right here, like it's kind of out of sync. You can like see it. Maybe it's just me because I edited this and I can notice all the tiny details.
Perfect.
Maybe I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of out of sync.
Now
Oh,
you
well.
might be wondering, ew,
Ew.
his head is huge. His
Well,
head
actually,
is
we're gonna try
huge. Well,
Huge. I say huge. You know how it's huge? It can fit Jupiter, an elephant, my hubris, and an extendo claw. If you have anything that can fit that, it's
It's pretty big.
you see, kids,
Yeah.
that's because he's very smart.
a brain, big brain, clips over the ear.
Either that or it's a tumor.
This is a tumor. I don't know if that's what tumors look like, but I looked up tumor. That was all I could see was like a brain scan and like a little orange dot, so I just kind of stretched it out to make it look like a brain. But honestly, looking at it like this, it kind of looks like a 3D like PlayStation 1 graphic of like a brain, like an orange brain.
But they're both pretty much the same thing, so it's fine.
I'm smart.
But with hair, what you have to do is, so my hair is
This was also something I think I did way later on, but I'm not quite sure. Where I think I kind of zoom in on my hair. I did that first, but then later I added in the Mario Kart Wii, like alternating of the colors.
brown. I think I can't see my own hair.
This right here, this text right here is an ongoing joke. I just thought it was funny.
So we're gonna grab this, and you're gonna actually use the brush.
All right, upcoming is probably the most complex edit. I say this, but I think it's probably one of the most complex edits in this video. So like I'll go through it once, like just fully, and then I'll go back through it again, and then you'll see, and I'll go through it another time, so you can see the detail. Let's start back.
Brush tool.
So it starts out like this.
Because it's actually useful for once.
All right, did you catch that? Good. So basically, I do a little anime twinkle. There's like in animes I usually notice like a ding, like that exact sound effect. So I did that. I say we're gonna use the brush tool. It does a little twinkle on the brush. Animate like zoom in, like lines, or anime dash lines, I believe they're called. Now also, this isn't the original brush. I had to paste over this with a small high quality screen cap of the brush tool because when you zoomed in, I think I can that's royalty free, and this is Fix Me. Look at that. Ew. Ew. Oh, it's disgusting. Put it back. Beautiful. That looks way better. I think we all agree. I could watch this for days. Anyways. But yeah, I zoom in on that because it cuts to like a I had to put in a radio like tuning sound effect for this part. A radio tuning for a little handheld computer screen. And then I cropped in like this. I think I went in and then like I actually like put in a green screen on this.
It's actually useful for once.
I say the brush tool because it's actually useful for once. And then we have the funny meme of, I believe it's M Bison. It's a Street Fighter character. I don't know. Bison. Street Fighter. M Bison. Yeah. M Bison. Basically, it's looks at me like, yes! Yes! I actually quote that in real life. Like, I say, yes! But basically... I paused it again. Is it in tune? Yeah, okay, we're good. But yeah.
Because it's actually useful for...
And I had to copy and paste the same thing so it would prevent it. Because I think I couldn't just do a frame skip. I don't know why. And basically, I did the M Bison, where he's basically like, yes! And then he makes like a funny face. I put the brush over it because that's supposed to be the brush tool that's going like, yes! And, yeah. Alright, first question, hooray! What program did you use to make the effect? Which effect? Are you talking about the little twinkle? Which effect in particular? Because there's like that. There's this. There's this. M Bison. Just M Bison. Well, I think if you're asking how did I do the effect of like M Bison, well, I'll analyze it, the whole effect for the brush. Okay, oh yeah. Basically earlier when I did the mouse, where I followed the mouse, I believe it was, I think right.
Entire mouth is black.
Oh, let me see.
Now we're gonna
So see right here how I
fill
do
in
like
the-
it follows this. I kind of did the exact same thing. Where like I just individually going like, all right, do this, move a little bit, do that. And well, let me get back to. Hold on, that's too far. Let me get back to it.
It's actually useful for once.
And basically, I think I put in the image of the Fix Me brush, and I put it on top of the M Bison going this, and the actual meme he like zooms in like this. So basically, let me delete the brush.
For once.
That's like the actual meme, because it does all those funny zoom ins. And so basically I just went in with the brush and I, like you'll see right here, basically I like moved it along. And so I'm like, alright, so I put it right there over his face. And so like, let's move 1, 2, 3 frames, move it a little bit more, like 1, 2, 3. Alright, there it moved it again, so I rotated it a little bit. And basically that's called keyframing stuff. It's basically like you just go in and individually like change everything. And then it'll move it along in between those. So you don't have to just go in and do every single little minute like movement. And so I just did that. And like you can kind of see if I go in frame by frame, it kind of moves separately from it. And you can kind of see like near the end of the clip, I got kind of lazy with it. And also I had to track movement, like, which is like where it is on the screen, the scale, basically how big it is, and the rotation. All three of those I had to like keyframe individually, just for that right there. And then right here, I kind of position we didn't really need to worry about because it's just that. Like, you'll notice it kind of does a jump in scale, so it's not perfect when I went through and did it. And then I put one last keyframe in. So, basically, I keyframed it. Does that answer your question, Mr. Infernal Sir? Or ma'am? I don't know your gender. Well, yeah. Does that answer your edited question? We got this. So basically, alright, cool. Yes. Cool. Alright, so basically, so we got shine, zoom in on brush with the dash lines,
because
radio sound effect,
it's actually
green screen
useful
me
for
in,
once.
and then and Bison Zoom. Now let's
Brush tool.
we'll go back through it one more time.
Because it's actually useful for once.
Now, just the one thing that people underestimate about editing so much is this maybe took like a whole editing session for me to do, which is like maybe 3 to 4 hours of just hardcore just editing for what is basically just like it goes from 750.5 to for 10 seconds of footage. A whole, like, 4 hours for 10 seconds of footage. And, yeah. And I should probably state this, but, basically, I took a small break from YouTube, making YouTube videos. Basically, like and by small break, I mean, like, a 5-month break. I recorded this somewhere in between, like, 3 months after my April Fool's video. And, like, 2 to 3 months after it, I recorded this, and then it just kind of sat on my drive for a while, and I didn't touch it, because Premiere Pro, if you don't know, like, what you're doing at all, this is just, like, so hard. Because, like, how do I cut something? And it's just like, yo, look at this. Like, let me get my face cam out of here. Like, you look at this. All right, now, like, tell me, where do you cut it? Like, like, you can't. It's so hard to just go from like crappy phone editor of CapCut. I use CapCut, which if you want to make YouTube videos, use CapCut. No watermark, really easy to use. That's my recommendation. But this is just like it's so hard because most of this I have to like look up and I have to like try and just like retry, and yeah, the editing life. It do be the editing life. I'm gonna, this is like a whole tangent I could make for a whole nother video, but editing is like the most important part of like media in general. If you don't have editors, you don't have a movie, unless you're willing to, well, just like try to, I'm stumbling over my words a lot, but if you don't want to use an editing software, basically like recording on your phone, like straight from your phone, like just hit the record button, record, that's it. That's all editing it. That's like without editing. You have to do that. But after you go in and like do all these effects where like it starts to like look good. And I feel like people really underestimate how much editors like really do when it comes to this. And like they constantly like get shafted in media and like they don't get like thanked. Like at the Oscars, like which is the movie awards, they edited out best editing out of the show. They edited out best editing, which is like, it's hilarious. And I feel like they just like take, oh, look at all these amazing actors and voiceover and voice artists and all these like makeup artists. And like, yeah, they're important, but Without editing, you don't have a movie. How can you have a final version of a movie if it's just the footage? Because it's not like for when they film Marvel movies, it's just like, oh, just filmed on camera. Oh, wow, it's all there. All the effects, we're good. No. And yeah, that's my little rant. I might make a whole video about that later down the line. I need to write that on my idea board. I do have an idea board, and there's a lot of videos on there. But yeah, that was my little rant. Anyways, on
We
with
have to
this.
do it. So, my hair is
We're over here.
yeah, I think that'll do.
I'm really proud of that edit. Like, because in my opinion, when I made that, that was the funniest thing. It's like, boom, boom, because constant sound effects, funny. Like, modern day humor, just throw in sound effects. It's hilarious. Our Marvel movie would be a whole green screen. Like, yeah, most Marvel movies, like, they require, like, filming green screens. And do you know how you get rid of the green screen? This guy right here. Ultra key. That little effect right there, it does... That's like all of green screens. Is that. Loud equals funny? Yes. Yes, loud equal funny. But basically, like, green screens, you have to do that in editing. So, like, you wouldn't have a movie. Unless you wanted to actually, like, blow up cars, get, like, a real superhuman to turn green, but stuff like that. And moving on. But but this edit right here was just, I love that.
Yeah, I
It was
think
so
that'll do.
funny.
So you grab this, and you just try to go from this direction down
Now we're adding the hair. And
across
there's,
the.
I kind of like this edit where it's like, it's kind of like in montages where like they'll like go like, it's like, let me try to do this in edit and Streamlabs. Try your best to succeed. And like they'll like have like a montage and they'll like be talking to themselves like that. I really like that effect. Although doing that effect and like because you have to lower opacity, like that effect right there, that like lags the computer like so much. And yeah,
This direction
it was fun. I like that effect, but just
down across the face. Right? And if you want to add kind of that texture, because my hair
and upcoming
kinda,
right
like,
here.
goes like
This is more keyframing right here, where like you just basically anytime where like you see this, that's keyframing.
add kind of that texture, because my hair kind of like goes like that down. So if you want to add that,
Cause like yeah, my hair, it does kind of like go like to the side like a swoop. But yeah. All right, we're still on track in the video stuff, so let's move forward.
oh,
Oh yeah, right here.
add that.
For that sound effect right there, it's a TF2 whiff sound effect. That took forever to find. Because whenever I looked up, like, whiff sound effects, it'd be like, whew, and it would just be, like, wind blowing, and I'm like, no. And I had to, like, go onto the TF2 wiki and download, and now I have, and download all the sound effects for each weapon in the game. And now I just have all the sound effects for the TF2, like just in my folder. Well, I might have deleted. Did I? Yeah. No, TF2 weapon effects. I just have. I'll move it out of the way. I just have all of them. Just every single weapon in TF2 I have the sound effect for, and it's a little ridiculous. Just so I could find that one whiff sound effect, which I believe is like the spy. Because I don't think it just does it for every weapon, just like the weapons that have major differences. But, it was Spy, TF2. His knife is the whiff. That's the whiff sound effect. Or it's the soldier, like, shovel. I'm not really sure. Anyways, let's move on.
Oh.
Whiff sound effect.
He forgot to get.
And right here you can see my epic editing prowess. You see,
Hey guys, Peter Griffin here to explain the joke. So, basically, right here, you can see that he has a haircut on this, and every single day he planned a haircut, and they're all crossed out, and which means that, hypothetically speaking, he missed every single time he could get a haircut, which means he missed a haircut, and that's why his hair looks like that. And this was Peter Griffin to explain the joke.
I'm not funny. And basically, it's just a guy. This is the 1984 meme, but I just put a speech bubble in, say frick not again, and haircut. Funny joke. And yeah, this little image right here took forever to make.
And just scribble
zoom in.
on some extra details. Hair always looks this good. Yes, this is true. And boom.
See right there, I don't do the boom sound effect. Inconsistencies, I'm good at them. But yeah, let me
And
for
boom.
effect. Let me just. And yeah, it's just confetti. I believe the effect for this actually contains like 2 trash cans that spew out the confetti, but they're out of frame, right here.
Now
And
all you
yeah.
gotta do is add the face. Or the color.
Now right here, I don't know why I kind of did this. Like, oh, the color of the face. Add the face, and then the color, because it was orange. So I made the whole face orange. I'm not really sure
Now,
why I did
my
that.
skin is a bit brighter.
Now you'll... So right there, yeah, I did, my skin gets
It's a
brighter.
bit bright.
So I upped the brightness. Comedy. Also, the music for right here is the glider theme from Pilot Wings Resort.
So
Just
we're
so you know.
actually gonna go in and adjust. But oh wait, we don't.
That effect right there reminds me a lot of a YouTuber called Casually Explained. And like when he walks away, he does like just that.
But oh wait, we don't
Yeah.
have the color. The solution is go to the color wheel.
Now, right here, I say, go to the color wheel. Wow, Joe, that sure is the color wheel. That's something funny I discovered when, like, reading, is that most people, when they, like, read this for the first time, they'll say, wow, Joe, that sure is the color wheel. Like, they'll kind of skip over the fact that there's 2 thes. That's a funny detail, but they do that in memes now, where, like, they'll purposefully put in the. So, yeah, I just like to do that. I just thought it was funny. And it's like and this is like a meme. It's like, wow, Joe, that sure is the color wheel. Because as you can see, this is a wheel. This definitely isn't a square, it's a wheel. And yeah.
To the color wheel.
And this is this music used right here is Turkey in the Straw sped up so that YouTube wouldn't copyright. I think this is a copyrighted song, and I sped it up. Or it's an uncopyrighted song, because Turkey in the Straw, it was made in like the 1800s, I think. So it's like really old. So it should be in the public domain, but the problem is because of like performances and like stuff, they can copyright performances. And so old songs can get copyrighted even though like they should be in the public domain. Something about that, I'm not really sure. But yeah. Folk songs. This is a folk song.
It's more like a. Ooh.
Right here, this effect right here. This was a doing the effect on my face, where it's like I kind of distort it, and I distort the audio. That was that really bricked my computer. It was just like that really messed up. Like you couldn't go like within like this range right here without just lagging beyond belief. We still got the music.
There.
Of course, I put in the headshot sound effect from like Modern Warfare. I'm not really sure. They just do that in funny meme edits, so I'm like, yes, like that is
Bring it
perfect time to use it.
Make it a little brighter.
Make it a little brighter. I considered making it a little brighter, like the actual footage, but I didn't.
Boom.
And there you go, kaboom! I said it. I put in the demo man from TF2 saying kaboom.
And now.
And yeah, what else? What else? Yeah, it's just remember that he says "ka" and then explosion when I say boom. Remember that.
Oh. Wowzers, that sure does look like.
I really like that continuation of the joke. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. Also, I have goes up here. Why are you like this? I try to get everything down so like it saves as much space as possible without messing up edits, but for some reason this is up here. Don't know why. Let me just fix it.
Now, I did forget to go into here.
Now, this font right here, I really like this font. JoJo's Font Corner. This is called Flubber. And I really like the asterisk in this font for some reason. It just looks nice. And like the nice green with it. I really like how it looks. And right here, I had to do a light sway on this hand. I kind of want it like... it was really hard to just like... I kind of wanted to do... like the kind of effect where it's like, but because I didn't know how to do that in Premiere, so it kind of just resulted
to go
in
into here.
kind of like that.
Sure.
But yeah, and then of course I make it spin out the end because funny.
But that's just because we can go back with the brush. We can go back with the brush again and just.
I say yeah, brush. Also, I feel like I neglected to mention, but the brush tool I use is the pencil. It's like a water. It's like the. I forget. Hold on. Oh yeah, we can just open Paint and look at it. But basically, I don't use the brush exactly. I think it's not airbrush. It's the natural pencil. So I don't use the brush. I use the natural pencil. You've been lied to. Get wrecked.
We can cover up our mistakes with happy little accidents. Now you might.
Like right here, this effect right here with this man, and
Might be
like
thinking, oh my gosh, that's a nice quote. Who made that quote?
like that. Basically, how I did that was, I took I recorded like the blank screen on Photoshop. I took away all like the things that would like move out because like I don't know what to refer to, but you'll notice like on it, it's like a white box shows up when you like hold something. It does that, and also like markers and stuff. So like I removed those. I pulled this image in. I made the entire screen green, and I just like kind of dragged it around like alongside with myself. Like I pretend to say like, oh my gosh, that's a nice quote. Like, oh my gosh, that's a nice quote. Who made that quote? Basically, I do that. And that's honestly, I think if I ever get into like making content more, I think that's going to become my mainstay for like what I use for content. I'll try to. Maybe I'm being stupid right now, but I really like how it's kind of easy if you know what you're saying. Because I just really like in videos when like it's like, hey there, Jim, what are you doing? How, Bibbo? I'm doing well. What do you mean you're doing well? I mean I'm doing a well. I'm doing it with a well. Ha 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 ha. And then he died. The end. I don't know. I just like that when they do that sort of thing with like images. I always find it hilarious. But yeah. All right, moving on. Happy little accidents.
Saying,
Now you might be thinking, "Oh my gosh, that's
a nice quote." Who made that quote? Well, I believe it was a man by the name
It was named by the name of?
of Joseph Stalin.
Yeah, that guy.
He made that quote. No one else did.
And now you can barely see it right here, but it's the sign against the signs of a liar. Reoccurring jokes, people. They're funny. Although I'm pretty sure I lowered the opacity. I wanted to make it unobvious. And so, like with the Lanky Kong thing, I don't think anybody noticed. Like, barely anyone noticed. And so, like, it just kind of results in me being so sneaky that no one knows. And, yeah. But, yeah, right here, this joke where it's like, I believe the man is Joseph Stalin. I think a lot of people that watch this, I watched them watch it. They laughed a lot when they saw this joke, when I, like, peer review it with other people.
He made that quote. No one
And so-
else did.
I'm proud of it. Also, all on the spot. Just keep remembering that.
So you go in and boom.
This was the first instance of me using this text for like insert explosion here. Oh, also, that's Flubber. This font right here is Cascadia Code. If you want to know, that's the font I use. And yeah. Then for this font right here.
So you go in and
This is Vivaldi.
boom. Wow. That sure is a head.
There's a head.
If I've seen one.
If I've seen one. I really like how I move my head. It's like I don't know. I just really like how I like move it right here.
If I've seen one.
If I've seen one. I don't know.
So now let's go back with our
Pencil.
Now I say brush here. Like in the video, like in the natural video, I say brush. Let's go back with our brush. But I realized that I was referring to pencil. So like I recorded myself saying pencil. And I cropped it out. So
now
it's,
let's go back with our
Pen.
you can like see it. It like kind of, the color around it changes. And yeah,
Pencil.
and get.
I
to
thought that was funny.
This. And draw the
this.
body.
The body.
Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a gray hoodie.
That's an Angry Birds sound
It's an
effect.
So we're gonna try and draw that. So basically, you want to draw like the.
And right here, I do this. All this is the keyframe, which this big chunk right here, this took like a whole day to like make, maybe half of an editing session, because I think I got it down more.
So basically, you want to draw like the broad shoulders, like so. Cut off.
Now right here, I have a fun story about this sound effect. While I was preparing for this, I decided that after this whole video, basically I told myself, once I get this video done, I'm going to clean up a bunch of things. I'm going to switch browsers. I'm going to organize everything. I'm going to get my life back together, basically. One of those things involved me reorganizing my downloads folder. Apparently, you're not supposed to keep like 99% of things in your downloads folder. But for me, whenever I download something, it's like, well, it's a download, so just shove it in the download folder. Apparently, that's not the right thing to do. And so I went through with my downloads folder, and I just looked around, any images, I put it in the image folder. I threw the copies away that were in the download folder. Audio files, I put those in the audio folder. I reorganized. So now basically, if you go to its downloads folder, it's applications, some random like exe files of games and school stuff, which is pretty organized, like, because they're like the only things that you should probably keep in a download folder. When I did that, there was a lot of files that Adobe was using that were in that folder, or that were in the downloads. So when I reopen this file, it's like, hey, a bunch of these files are missing. Where are they? And so I'm like, oh, fine. And so I had to look back and I had to go and individually find this. This sound effect right here, well, technically 2 sound effects, but this sound effect right here, this was like, Adobe just didn't want to like put this in. I had the exact same file. It was the exact same name. Like the exact same. The file was the same. It was the same length. It was the same sound. I tried to say, hey, this is the exact same file. The Adobe was like, no, file couldn't be loaded. No, this is not the same file. It was basically like that meme where it's like the pumpkin going, no, I don't want that. That's basically what Adobe was doing. But this file right here. So this technically isn't the final version of this video. This was this sound file right here. I put this in like a few days ago when I was preparing everything for this. So yeah, fun little fact. This isn't the exact same file, but it's pretty much the same. It's like almost the exact same. Yeah. Well, I'm just refreshing everything. And, yeah. Let's get back.
Like so. Cut off the sleeve. Go up
Like
a
I
bit.
cut it off. That's why I used the
to-
knife sound effect.
To simulate a shirt. And we're gonna cut it off down there. Perfect.
Use a spin. I'd like spin myself in.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Now we're gonna draw like the gap.
This thing. I don't like the head hole.
Perfect.
Now, this was also frame perfect joke. I already said
now
perfect.
we're gonna draw like the gap.
Right, right here.
Perfect.
Like I say perfect.
Perfect.
And I say perfect again, but I cut it off at perf, and I put PERF, Police Executive Research Forum, perf. Funny joke.
Now since I have a hoodie on.
I have a hoodie on. A little hard to tell, I know. Font is Snap ITC with a white back border and a black text.
You want to add the hoodie in the back.
So basically, I just put in like a little, like it looks like a really really thick eggplant, kind of.
And I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, there's a kind of catch
So
and
we're gonna
explain
grab
sort of
this.
thing again.
Oh. It appears I missed a little spot right there. But that's okay. Just go back with the pencil tool and do that. Oh, I'm not wearing a black shirt. I'm not feeling that emotion today.
That's the emo. I think that's like emo emotion. When I say I'm not feeling that emotion, I guess I'm not feeling like edgelord because edgelords were black. I don't know. It's kind of like a bad joke. I don't know. And yeah, this is still all the glider theme from Pilot Wings.
That emotion.
Until right here.
So now we go back with this.
Let me I'll raise the volume of it so you can hear it. Well, I'm trying to raise the volume, but it's a little janky. Let me raise the volume.
Grab the black. And let's draw the drawstrings.
Yeah. If you don't know what that is, I don't not respect you. It's music from the cartoon show Max and Ruby. Because honestly, I really like the music they use in the backgrounds of Max and Ruby. And so I thought, hey, maybe I should try and look for that. I couldn't find the exact file, but like I found a YouTube channel that had like a bunch of the videos uploaded under like weird names. So for the video, why don't I just go over like the list of music? I have the list of music open. But basically I use it's called on the YouTube channel, it's called Jamble and Jiggle. Jamble and Jiggle. Don't look that up. unless you put Max and Ruby next to it, don't look it up. And I say it's not the exact name, but for more precise, I say go to this. I'm looking at the for context, the paste bin of all the music I included. I say go to this video, and the video is like it's called Max and Ruby soundtrack, and it's at exactly this time. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I use the Max and Ruby music.
So now we go back with this. Grab the black, and let's draw the drawstrings.
Draw the drawstrings.
Now that's pretty good. But you want to
good.
actually go in and grab a smaller one, so you can simulate the little tips, whatever these are called.
Now, you might think, wow, you're stupid because you don't know what that is. That's obviously I still don't know. I'm kidding. It's an aglet. I know it's an aglet. I knew right then it was an aglet. They're called Infernal. They're called aglets. That at the tip of your. I'm not wearing shoes and. I'm not wearing pants. Well, I guess. No, I'm not wearing pants that have aglets. I'm not wearing shirts that have aglets. So I can't really show at the moment. But basically, it's like little tips at a plastic or metal tips on like the ends of hoodie strings to prevent like it from getting like like you can unpeel it, because if you don't have it wrapped up, like the little like wool stuff will like get stretched out and it can potentially ruin the hoodie string. And that's what aglets are about. And it's also like on the tips of shoelaces. That's what most people probably know aglets based on the Phineas and Ferb song. Like they had a whole episode that was basically just dedicated to telling people like AGLET, don't forget it, aglets. But in this video, I'm frickin' with you. Face of a liar.
I think it starts with an A, though. If you know, leave a comment, because I'm stupid and won't look.
Basically, it's I made up as an excuse for people to comment. And, right here, what font is this? Verdana. JoJo's Font Corner. And this was also another joke that was basically like
Stupid,
one
and won't
frame
look it up
long.
later.
And basically, if you look up here, let me full screen it so you can see. It says look above my profile picture. It says the thing on hoodie that begins with A, right? And so I looked it up, and it says, pretty sure that isn't the thing on the end of my hoodie, and it's like a picture of like some girl wearing a Thing 1 outfit, because I think Google recognized it as thing on hoodie begins with A. Hannah Osborne says, "Hi JoJo. Hello. How are you? Good to see. I hope you tuned into the live stream. It's a charity live stream, so if you'd like to donate some money to charity, use link below. I'm a shill." And basically the whole live stream is just me going over edits and stuff. But yeah. So thank you for stopping by. On with the edits.
So now, because this is the inside of
I didn't remember what body was. I forgot what the word body. So it's
the shirt.
the inside is
And-
called. Now, I thought that was funny. It's because it's this, right? You can't. It's not like I even show a nipple, so like I can't. I didn't even have an excuse to censor it. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, censored. Fantastic. And I just
I'm not
censored
wearing
'cause
anything
funny.
under this. Let's go and make this a tan.
Now I also ended off the music perfectly, so it would be tan cut off right there, and the music that's playing right now, it goes right there, and tan. Algebra jokes. People know them, you laugh at them.
So just go ahead. Boom.
Now this right here, of course, you probably, if you don't know what this scene is, you live under a rock. It's Back to the Future. Marty, he plays a guitar and he just gets blown back by like sound explosion. But the sound effect, the sound I use, isn't from the movie because it didn't quite fit. Boom. Now I'm probably gonna get friggin' demonetized from this. Have I been demonetized? All right. I don't think the YouTube police have gone on me. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try and play it. Boom song. Okay. I don't know if you know who they are. Feel free to tell me, but it's called the X Ambassadors. Okay. I saw that. I looked up Boom Song. I saw this and I just laughed. I just laughed so hard because it's like and I just thought it was stupid and I loved it. And so like I have to include this in my video, but I couldn't just put in like them standing there going bleh. So I put over Marty. And I believe I called the file for this. Let me try and find it. Music. I think I called it a certain thing. Real music is under this. I don't think it's that. Music I used in videos. Sound effects, maybe? Is it in here? It's not Kaboom. Audio, no. Sound effects. My first Mwops. A dream. Bone. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I just remember calling this sound effect me when I stomp my feet. And I just thought it was funny. Anyways, on with it. Oh wait, I paused. Did I? Okay, no, I didn't pause it. Cool.
So just go ahead. Boom. But now we have to add the arm.
Of course. Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. Classic.
We go through.
Vine Boom. No. That's not what this is.
Boom.
It's not a Vine Boom. It's just it's from the X Ambassadors song called Boom. It's not Vine Boom. Music, I do change the music right here from the Max and Ruby. There's a little blip where there's no music. I change it over to the third track in the Picross S5 game on the Nintendo Switch, which honestly, let me play the
We go
music.
through and add the arms.
If you play Persona, you might feel like, oh, it sounds like Persona music. I don't know. It's like a nice jazzy tune. So I thought, I'll use it in my video. Why
I
not?
got some pretty.
Wait, let's go back.
arms. We go through and add the
And add
arms.
the arms. Maybe.
I got,
yet to meet someone that can outsmart
got some pretty.
Persona 5 peak music. I haven't played Persona 5, but I've heard like a lot of songs from it because I watch YouTubers that play Persona 5 and they use Persona 5 in their game or in their videos, and pretty great music. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I say I appreciate it. They're right there. This was like the dream edit. Ever since I was like 10 and I was watching like MLG videos and like I saw the video where like it's the villain from Samurai Jack and it's like extra thick ever since I saw it, it's like, I gotta do that in a video one day. And so, beautiful. I'm very proud of that. Basically, rundown, I'd raise the volume right there. Right here. What is the... I added like a sharpness to it. And some other stuff. I basically just looked up how to deep fry meme something, and then just followed that, and you get kind of like, and you make basically like you sharpen it, like crisp it, like a fryer, and then you just add like a red overlay. Trophy. Whoa, it's a trophy. I'm the best. Hooray. But yeah. And this is like my favorites. Like probably what, it's not the best edit. It looks cool. Yeah. Someone thinks this looks cool. I've made it. I made it as a YouTuber. But yeah, it does look quite cool. Like I always love the deep fried memes, like videos.
Arms.
But yeah, thick
Let's just
arms.
have this arm go off there so he can scratch his leg.
Yeah, scratch his leg. Yeah. Now, I wasn't implying anything when I said that. I just thought, so he can scratch his leg, because it's like, if he was sitting down, it'd be like that. It'd be scratching his leg. So yeah, close enough.
And now
Drum roll effect, by
we
the way.
come to one of the
Got the
hardest
pedestal.
parts,
Hardest part.
the hand.
No, let me retry that.
One of the hardest parts, the hand. Despised by artists everywhere.
Artists, this does some. I feel like there are parts in this video where like it's hard to distinguish like the difference between when I'm joking and when I'm being serious. This one, I'm being serious. Like drawing hands is like stupidly hard. Even the AI artists, like all these new AI arts, if you tell them to draw like a anime girl, they will still mess up the hands. That's how cursed that's how cursed this is. Even perfect robot artists
For
can't
its
draw them.
complex detail.
But yeah, like, look, basically the best way to draw hands, like, actually, but if you don't want to follow this tutorial and, like, you want to follow an actual art tutorial, it's basically just, like, like, you kind of see, like, the lines on it. You just draw, like, cylinders for, like, each of those. And then that's, like, a perfect hand. And you just take it step by step. And it's really hard, but, yeah. If you want to actually like be an artist, that you just draw. It's basically just drawing cubes, triangles, and like cylinders 24/7. And
You have
yeah.
to make every finger look the same. There's these.
Yeah, like these, like on the edge of the finger. Like how do you
Things.
draw those? I feel like looking back at it, you could just like just draw lines. Like, just draw, like, black lines on the tips of it if I really wanted to. But the problem is, it's, like, the way the image is, like, I'm facing, like this. So, I can't, drawing the lines, I'd have to, like, if it was flipped
On
over,
the
I'd
edge
draw
of it.
But
Like, how do you even draw those? Now, here's a quick tip. Most artists don't actually draw five fingers.
Actually, like, true. 5 fingers. Yep, that's a hand. That do have five fingers though. But yeah, this is another part where I'm being serious. I found most webcomic artists, or like most comic artists, they draw with like 4 fingers. Like they just draw the thumb, they draw the pointer finger, the middle finger. Well, I guess technically, if there's 4 fingers, there's not really a middle finger, but you get it. Basically, like, the ring finger is the only one that like they usually throw away. Well, actually, they might take out the middle finger because it would prevent them from like, you know. I'm doing it off. Like that, it's from like flipping someone off. But yeah, I guess why do they draw 4 fingers? Is it like out of just pure laziness, or is it comic censorship? I don't know. But yeah, but like unless you're going hyper realism, most people draw like 4 fingers.
Pro artists.
Now, right here, if you don't know who these 2 people are, you are a fake cartoon fan and fake comic fan, fake fan. I'm joking, of course. Who are these people? I'm getting that. This is Bill Watterson. If you don't recognize the name, you'll probably recognize his comic of Oh, it's lagging. Oh, we're lagging. Oh. Okay, hold on. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, everything's messing up. Hold on. Is chat good? Alright, we're good. Let me get an image of it. You'll probably recognize him by a copy image. Can I? Yeah, by this. If you don't know what this, he drew this comic right here. Are you sure you want to delete that? Yes. This right here. This comic. 10 out of 10. That's this guy. This guy right here. He drew this. Bill Watterson. Legendary comic man. I love his stuff. My dad loves his stuff. I don't know a single person who's like, yeah, I hate Calvin. I was like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, but that's who the guy on the left is. The guy on the right is CH or CK, or one of them. Hold on, I'm trying to. CK Greenblatt. I don't think that's right. Chowder creator. CH Greenblatt. But yeah, this guy. OMG, I love Calvin. Yeah, man. Calvin Hobbes is banger. 10 out of 10. But yeah, the guy on the right is CH Greenblatt, which, if you don't know who he is, he made the show Chowder on Cartoon Network, which is an old Cartoon Network show. Honestly, it's really, really good. If you have, I believe, HBO Max, I'd definitely go and give it a watch. Or
You could pirate it. You could probably pirate it on the internet for free.
But yeah, CH Greenblatt, epic artist. These 2 are like pro artists, some of my favorites. And I had to, one little detail, I had to make sure that they were the actual cartoonists, because I wanted to say J.G. Quintel, creator of Regular Show, Close Enough. I wanted to put him on there, but I realized that he doesn't really draw for the show that often. But I think when I looked it up, I chose C.H. Greenblatt because he is he actually like animates and like draws for the show while storyboarding. So that's why I chose those 2. Hold on. Thoughts on Garfield? The president or the comic? I assume the comic. I liked Garfield. Like, I liked it. I kind of like it. It really depends on the day when I like Garfield, because it kind of gets boring after a while. It's like lasagna, kick Odie, that kind of thing. I do like the stuff about Garfield on the internet, like all the lasagna cat, like Garfield Game Boy by like Lumpy Touch, all that like horror Garfield stuff. I do like that because I feel like they do interesting stuff with the Garfield character. But honestly, just regular Garfield, like, I liked it when I was like a few years ago, but I don't know, there's so much better like comics, because I feel like it's kind of like Mickey Mouse. It's just kind of boring. Well, no, not like Mickey Mouse. It's kind of like, the best way to describe it would be probably, I don't know. Like those like oh damn, I'm struggling, man. I don't know. It's just, I feel like Garfield, like, it gets very boring after a while. And like it's very easy, like you read one Garfield book and it's like, all right, I've read enough Garfield for like the month. But yeah, I kind of like his design, and like he's really popular with like memes and stuff, and yeah, that's why I like Garfield and like memes and like internet, but not really like the comic itself. Very understandable. All right, we're about, oh my gosh, it's been like 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm gonna finish this little. I'll go to that nuke sound effect right there, and then we're gonna take a little break for me to like go pee, get a snack, all that stuff, and yeah. All right, let's. So basically, we have most pro
artists only draw with.
Notice how like it faded out. Like I had to crop out the hand right here. I thought that was funny. This was the first, like, can you tell this wasn't scripted yet? That was also another joke that kind of went unacknowledged. But it's this font right here. Let me go into it. This is called Wide Latin. Funny name. Make like a green background, black text. Honestly, I really love that font. It just appeals to me. I think what you have to do is like you take Wide Latin, like, because it looks like really like wide. You like squish it back together. Honestly, there probably is a font that's just like Latin. And it looks like this, but Wide Latin specifically, you squish it together a bit. Masterpiece.
Have their
I love
hands
that
look
font.
like this, where it's 3 fingers and then a thumb.
All right, now I think this is another joke that people didn't get was it's the thumb is the I killed a man with this thumb, and it's that from Ratatouille. And then I put 3 fingers, and this is an image from a famous movie that every kid under the age of 2 should see, called Freddy Got Fingered. And it's a movie about like a cartoonist, and he just finger. And so 3 fingers, thumb. I thought was funny.
So we're gonna be using that method
Right here. This is like the big, like, if someone made a JoJo Does Things iceberg. That'll never happen. That will never happen. If someone does that, I will punch them. But if someone made a joke, this would be the joke. Right here, I wanted. So like, let's listen to it
using
again.
that method. So we're gonna be using that method today.
I say, so we're going to be using that method today. I originally, like, did a YouTube poop, like, voice mixing, where I said, so we're going to be doing meth. And I would have, originally, like, it would have cut to, like someone that slams their head on the table and starts snorting meth or cocaine or drugs. And, like, it goes to, like, the Bad to the Bone on a harmonica, like, and I would have done that. I left that on the cutting room floor because I asked my mom if I could order fake drugs to do for the video. And she's like, no, you can't ever do fake drugs. I'm like, oh. And so right there, I was originally going to do like fake drugs for a video, cut it out, and also that was made. I'd realized that maybe 3 weeks before the video was uploaded. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have had time to include it, but it would have been like a Family Guy cutaway joke. And I think I made the right decision not including that and just say we're going to be doing the method. Yeah, that's probably like the most like controversial joke that probably got left out.
First, you wanna
And yeah,
go in and grab the thumb. Pretty
pretty
thumb.
thick. Right there, I considered doing all the like voice mods stuff where like I did with the deep fry, where it's like extra thick. I considered doing that, but I realized like that would have been too hard, and I just feel like just raise the volume, and it's like
Thumbs
thick.
are pretty thick.
I cut out the guy's thumb. I killed a man with this thumb. I green
And
screen
now
that
we
out
have to go
for right
through
there.
and make the rest of them like that.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Look at those fingers. Honestly, beautiful fingers. They're great. I love them. They look exactly alike. Like, guys. Guys. All right. Can guys spot which one is the real fingers? Which one is the real fingers? Dumb. That's so dumb.
Now what
Oh, how do I get? All right, we're
you
good.
don't Now what you don't want to do is go through and draw it just like
This was the only. It's very hard to tell. Good, yeah. That's how you tell I'm a great artist, because it's really hard to tell the difference between like real and fake. But yeah. Let's see here.
that because that looks weird even though it's kind of accurate. It's
Right here, I like go on this like little tangent. It's like it's not accurate, and I honestly don't know how to feel about this edit because I feel like it's not a great thing. Like this is like the one thing I didn't like when I went back to edit it. It was like this part right here. And I just didn't like how it was executed. I wish I'd done it differently, but it was all again one take. So I just had
weird
to live
and
with it.
weirdness
Like that's Weirdmageddon, obviously, because
banned.
weird. Go get a snack. No, I said I'd go and get take a break when I get to like the explosion, which we're very close to, so don't worry. But yeah, we got weirdness and then banned. Now this was probably a really funny edit because this is originally it's banned like banned, right? Like banned, like not allowed. But I went in and I cut it down so it looked like banned. And when I was watching the video with like my parents, like as a premiere, and they're just like, you used the wrong one. You spelled it wrong. And I just have to sit there like, yes, I spelt it wrong on purpose. And then they just kind of look at me because like, why would you do it wrong on purpose? But yeah, honestly, this is another thing with editing is like you can do things intentionally bad, and it'll be like, oh, you made a mistake, and it's like, no, that's on purpose. I feel like that happened a lot when this video. I feel like that's gonna happen more later, or it's already happened. I'm
You
not. Really
can't
sure.
have it.
And right here,
Weird Al is an enemy.
right here is for this joke. It's basically like I couldn't quite find like an image where like a battle plan of like someone like talking about something they hate. And basically this is like the Red Scare and this guy's like saying this is like Public Enemy #1. That was the closest image I could find, and so I said
An
like,
enemy of the
it's like weirdness is banned. So Weird Al, the like guy who is weird in
an
his
enemy
name.
of the state.
and I'm really proud of this green screen. I mean, of course, there is a small mistake right here and maybe right there. But honestly, like, I'm really proud of this green screen because I had to go in and, like, do it myself.
So what you actually want to do is you want to draw a bit
And so, like, on purpose, I go in, like, add a
like
lump
that.
right there.
and then connect it slowly back to the hand. Grab the eraser tool, fix any mistakes you made, go back through, and
Right.
realign it, and there we go. That doesn't look
That
weird at all.
doesn't look weird at all. True. That doesn't look weird. It doesn't, guys.
So
it
now
looks
we just
perfectly
fill
fine.
it in with the tan color.
The tan color.
And
I say boom right there. And, yeah. I put in a giant nuke. Alright, we're at the nuke sound effect. It's officially been 2 hours and 30 minutes. We're taking a break. I don't have a what's it called? Like a be right back screen, so I'm just gonna use this screen. And let me get some music out real quick. Let me get out the... Alright, which song should I use? Yes. Persona 5? No, you don't get that. Alright, I'll be right... Alright, I'll be right back, guys. We're back. All right, I got same transition. All right, guys, got my water refill. Slurpy slurp. Also, for all 3 people watching, I'm making a change, and I'll post it publicly after the stream's over. But I said I would plan to donate my own amount to charity. If we get $10, yes, I am back. Hello. If I'm making a challenge. If we get a total of $10 donated, if we get $10 donated, then I will double my current donation. Like, so I'm gonna donate my own amount. If we get $10 donated, I'll double it. I won't tell you what that amount is until later, but trust me, you're gonna want to double it. So, encourage your friends. Call your grandma. Donate $10 to the stream. Please do it. I really want to help the world by giving to charity. But yeah, that's the announcement. I'll publish it fully later. But for now, let's get back to the video. So last time we nuke. Hold on, it's a bit loud. Yeah, there we go.
Go back through this one. Wow, that looks pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate.
And now, we've pretty much finished this for the most part.
Honestly, I can like quote myself so much. It's honestly a little it's worrying how much I can quote myself on this video. Well, the reason for that is because like you're just constantly going back like, all right, let me adjust that, and like you go back, and it's like you do this.
That looks pretty accurate.
All right, so that doesn't look good. Let me move it over to 5 frames to the right. All right, and you constantly like that's the thing with editing. Like you learn the stuff you edit. So, and I'm gonna quickly go over this. Peter Knetter talked about this in one of his videos. He had a video, but basically the story was like he had a video where like the intro play. It's his most viewed video is weird Kirby toys, and basically his intro is Kirby, the Kirby right back at you intro, and basically he had to go in and like he adjusted it so the song made Kirby, which it normally doesn't just say Kirby, but he went back and edited it to say Kirby, and now whenever he hears that song, it's just ruined for him because he made an edit of Kirby, just Kirby, and that's the thing about editing. It's like you learn the stuff that like you edit, but yeah,
Pretty accurate.
pretty accurate.
And now, we've pretty much finished this for the most part. So I think now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and give him a fun little
That little zoom in, I think it might have been the first instance. No, it's not. Never mind. I won't say
like
it then.
all people.
Catchphrase. Like, this is another time where it's like jokes that go unnoticed. We got a Bing Bang from the Sheldon Theory saying Zimbabwe. He said that. We got my boy, Video Game Donkey, saying spaghetti and meatballs, which is his catchphrase. And then we got Green Mario saying, I have committed several war crimes against the I won't finish that.
Like all people. So just, luckily,
And yeah, it was fun to just find
they
characters
have
to
a
like
shape
quote.
here for an oval call out, as they call it.
That's what they call them. Oval
Well, actually, let's
callouts.
make him think something. So go in.
Nice fade out. Stretched. Yes.
Yes. Alright, and now you can fill in whatever you might want.
Now this song right here is the Monkey Song. It's literally called Monkey Song, and it's from the. This was the song I was referring to earlier. That was from Paper Mario
for your
Paint.
character. Personally, I'm gonna go in and do something I always think of.
So, right?
I must be very careful with this decision of what he's gonna say, be thinking.
Yeah, that's how you can tell
What
it's
is something
scripted.
I always think about?
I
I
got
got-
it. And yeah, this is true, by the way. This. No,
I got-
this
After-
was like this was the
pretending to
part that
think
gave
of
me
something,
some chuckles.
Jojo then sat contemplating for more than 30 minutes on what to write, until coming up with something stupid. Also, isn't this text-to-speech neat? Fijan jive which Wayne.
I like that part at the end. And when I was watching my family, they chuckled at that. But yeah, I have a fun story about the background music
Jojo
that's
then
being used. If it's being shown here. Yes, it's basically it's one of my favorite. It's an 8-bit version of one of my favorite songs called Andromeda by the Gorillaz. It just sounds really good. It's one of my favorite songs. And basically, I'm like, all right, that's kind of like a space theme. They got Space Robot, and I just thought it'd be a good fit. But I didn't want to put in the exact song because copyright, and I couldn't put in the. I found a channel that has like a bunch of instrumental versions of like songs from like famous artists, but I thought that probably would get caught by the system too because not all of it is like it's filled up by vocal tracks for most of it, but there's like it's got like a really like unique sounding like main bass line and like like instruments and stuff. So I thought like I couldn't use the instrumental version, so how about an 8-bit version? And so I looked it up. I found like a channel called 8-Bit Universe. They have like a bunch of 8-bit versions of songs, and so I thought, yeah, that's great. I'll just like use that. And I wanted to be a good boy and call and like email them and ask them if I could use their song because in their like YouTube description it says if you want to use our music, please email us here. And so I went and emailed them like, hey guys, is it okay? I'm thinking about using this song. Would it be okay if I used it? Feel free to let me know about crediting sources. I sent it, no response for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. I sent another email. It's like, hey, just wanted to follow up about using your music. A response would be great. Nothing again. And so I send a third email that just says, hey, if I don't get a response in the next week, I'll just assume that it's free to use. Because it's not like a way you can check for like copyrighted music on YouTube is if you click on a video, you scroll down, if it's got like an official let me give you guys an example. Okay, so if we just look up what's the first song that comes to my head? The Ghostbusters theme song, right? I'm not gonna play it, of course. If you look up Ghostbusters, right? If you look up the Ghostbusters theme song, you scroll down. If it's got this stuff in it, this is kind of like a giveaway of it being for what's it called? That's like a giveaway of it being like copyrighted. That's how you tell if it's copyrighted. Or you can also tell if you go onto a YouTube video that you know uses it, and if it says in the description that like just uses it. If it says in the description, like Ghostbusters, I'll show you that. Man, that customer service is great. I know, right? This is great customer service. But yeah, right here. Ghostbusters music video. What? Sean, I guess it's, trying to... here it is. Right here. If you go on to it, if it has this thing right here, like this sort of like format of song, artist, writers, if it has that sort of like description on a video, that's how you know it's copyrighted. So you don't use it for that. And yeah, that's how you know. Copyright tips with JoJo.
Jojo
But yeah, and
then
so I
sat
just chose to
contemplating for more than
use
30
the
minutes
song.
on what to write, until coming up with something stupid. Also, isn't this text-to-speech need? Fijan Jive Nui Yat
Stephen
which
Jack
Wayne's.
drew onto Wayne's. Also, I forgot to go over it, but right here, let me zoom in. You'll notice right here, like the little dots. It says basically -10, and basically at the very start I like linked them up, and like so like it wouldn't be out of order. But basically, after like I did that edit, I thought, okay, I need to like fix this because it was starting to get like really out of sync, and so I like adjusted it, and it looked perfect for the rest of the video. The problem was every single instance of the webcam part of the video had this -10 on it, and there's no way to get rid of it. So that's just how at least until we get to that part right there.
And then
Let's get back to the.
be thinking.
Then sat contemplating for more.
Like that, we've done it.
Honestly, I don't. It's oh, there it is. I was wondering like why isn't there like a thing, but I just scrolled up and don't worry about it. But yeah, basically right here I like cut out all audio, and like I spell. Okay, look at it, freeze frame. That word. Originally, I was just gonna go on past this. Like, it was gonna go from here. It was gonna go from, like, right here. It'd be, like, a different version of this. And then, like, there wouldn't be, like, any sort of cut right there. And it just go to right here. But my dad... I printed it out because I had to go and film the second half of the video. I had to film that like separately, and so I had to print out the picture. And he saw the picture. He said laziness. I'm like, what? Laziness? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he showed me this. He said laziness is spelled wrong. I'm like, oh, crap. And so after that, I worked it into the plot. Where basically, like, this is trying to convey, like I look at it, and then I'm like, are you kidding me? Laziness. And I look at it again. And then it shows, it gets meta. Like, this is, like, lore. JoJo does things lore. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, dude. Nobody cares about lore. But yeah, I moved so much. I didn't film this. I just like, oh, let me just do this. Yeah, that'll do. No, I should have gotten a tripod. MatPat would be all over this. Yeah. Could you imagine if I become like a famous YouTuber? Of course, I'm saying it, I'm jinxing myself. I'm already jinxing myself. But if I did, like, could you imagine if like, then MatPat be like, hey guys, JoJo does things lore. Buy my merch anyways. But yeah, why did I put this on? An idiot. Get that out of here. But yeah, like, could you imagine like if MatPat started making like JoJo does things lore videos? But yeah. But basically, I'm here, guys. Guys, look. Hey, bud, how you doing? The glove, part of the lore. This glove? Maybe. I don't know. That's a good idea, though. I'll write it down. But basically, let's just watch this whole thing, and I'll commentate over it. So I look at this, cuts to me editing it. You can see, like, I think if you can read it, you can't quite read. That's the nuke effect. that's the one part right there. And we got 2 pictures of space. I like that space better, so I use that one. And you can't quite read it. And I believe this right here, if I know what this video is. It's a Peter Knetter video. It's if MS Paint was 3D, and I was looking at it for like inspiration. And yeah, anyways, lore. Basically cuts away, looks at this, cuts to me on the keyboard, looking at it. I'm frustrated. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this anymore. Can't make me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. What do you mean I have to do this? What do you mean I have to do this? It's my YouTube channel. I can do it anytime I want. What do you mean? What do you mean not according to you? What do you do with that? Wait, no. Now, I don't want to quite reveal. I know this is an in-depth stream about the process behind it, but I don't want to reveal what exactly that is because I'm building lore. I'm making lore. It's so weird to think about just like, yeah, I'm doing lore. Oh, I'm getting notifications for Webtoon, man. Alright, so apparently a Webtoon updated or something. Okay, basically right here, I'm frustrated, walk away. You hear a shotgun loading. Wait, no. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Oh, no, wait, I was thinking, like, is there something wrong? Maybe, no, it's fine. Basically right here, I had to... Wait, no. I believe this is a... No. I originally considered using like the TF2 like and like loading sound effects, but I don't think they were like quite good, if I remember correctly. Shoddy tripping gun. I'm great. All my stuff is just screwed. All my names are screwed up. I don't think you guys understand like how messed up all my names for stuff are. I'll just give you a little hint right now. We got Peter Pant, Grilla Example, Funny Meme, Max Ploosh, White, Brian, Band, Self-Portrait of Onimus, Bill Nye Marijuana, The Right Zone, that one Key and Peele movie. Like my names for stuff is just fricked, and so like that's shoddy tripping. That's like yeah, it's just normal. Why not? But yeah, I cut it up so it's like, let me simulate with like a gun. Be like that. Who is having the gun though? Lore.
You'll find out later.
Anyways, I took technical difficulties. Please stand by. I don't know if I put the text on this. I think there's 2 things. I either found an image that's a technical difficulties, please stand by, and then put these plushies on there. Hey, look, dude. Look. You're in the video. Good job. But yeah, but I either found one with text or I put text on there. And judging by the fact that it's impact font that I'm using, I think I put that on there in post. And yeah, like I did like technical difficulties. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yep, 1 minute. But it's technical difficulties. We got the Kirby plush. We got Yobby. We got the yellow guy with the gun. Oh, hold on. Let me. This music right here is I didn't know what it was. I just knew that it was like it was a transition I'm actually gonna show you. Like, this is the fun of streaming it live. I can show you my sources, guys. Guys, this is great. I can show you sources. Let me open a new tab. Shut up. I don't want to listen to Ghostbusters. But, let me just try and find the video. Alright, let me show you guys. Alright, this video right here, a YouTuber by the name of Pangacitus. I love his stuff. He hasn't uploaded in a while, but when he does upload, I love his videos. But basically, here you go. Basically, it's like an update video where he talks about and like it just cuts away, like it's cut. When I first watched this video, I just thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I love this. And yeah, Pangacitus, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing I do is original. It's all from somewhere. But yeah, so we got technical difficulties, and it's basically he didn't credit the music that he used, I believe. Oh no, he did. He did. George Reitz. Oh, wait. No, he didn't. He didn't. Oh my gosh, I'm pissed. I'm not pissed. That's an over-exaggeration. All new ideas are just a mishmash of old ideas. Infernal. Couldn't have put it better myself. That's why copyright laws as of now are cringe. But I'm not going to get into I wrote an 11-page essay about that. I'm not going to get into that now, because I could make a whole video, but others have made better videos. If you want to know about copyright, just go look it up. But anyways, this song is from a game called MapleStory. Now, I've never played MapleStory. It's a game where you kill slimes or something, and it's like a sideways. It's like Terraria or the first Risk of Rain game, where it's like a sideways and you kill things, and it's really weird. But it's like one of those games that it's like League of Legends, before League of Legends, I think is the best way to describe it. But it had this song. I believe it's called Rainbow Flower Drop or something like that. What am I doing? I have the thing. I have bookmarks. I bookmarked the tab of my I bookmarked my track list. It's called Raindrop Flower from MapleStory. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically that part.
Now you want to add the period
Now right here, I use one of my
or question mark, depending on.
I use one of my favorite tracks, my new favorite tracks I found, which is the Daisy Circuit. Honestly, I don't see people talking about this track, but it's kind of like the Coconut Mall.
You want to go through, and while all of these might look good, you actually want to scroll.
Jams. It's jammin', dude. Great song. Anyways. Yeah.
I go through,
and we're picking a font. Context for this is we're picking a font for the speech
and
bubble.
while all of these
And of course,
might look good,
they might look good. What font am I gonna pick, guys? Chat. Which font am I gonna pick? Guys, which font? Which font do you think I'm gonna pick? Which font, guys? Which font? Wait, which one? Which font is it, guys? Can you guess which font I'm gonna pick? Not gonna give you hints, but would guess which one it is. Which one is it? I got all these fonts here. Which one? What is the font? Arial. Wrong. You're wrong.
You actually want to scroll down and pick the godfather of fonts.
Yeah, alright, which one? Papyrus. No. Pick the other character. Which one is it? Pick it. Which one? Which one is it? Come on, Infernal. You got this. You got 2 try. You got 1 more try. Which one is it? Wingding. Wrong. You're wrong. It's not
Comic
that. It's
Sans.
Comic Sans, because funny. Funny, guys. Comic Sans is funny font. The funny font. But yeah, for this edit, why does it look like this? Ew. Hold on. Let me adjust it. There we go. But basically, like, I got comic, then say, oh yes, we're laughing, boy. But yeah, for this, I had comic and Sans. I wanted to put 2 images. Now I'm like, what images would best fit comic and Sans? So I picked a comic. My favorite comic, by the way, Foxtrot by Bill Amend. Like right behind Calvin Hobbes was my favorite comic strip. Actually, I think it's better than Calvin Hobbes, but Calvin Hobbes, it just has a lot of memories with me, so it gets like a lot of nostalgia points. So like I chose Foxtrot, and then I chose Sans. This is definitely Sans. This isn't any other character, guys. It's Sans. This is Sans. See, it's Sans. Anyways, I chose comic and Sans, and also you got the heavenly light, like a ha, as like the background. I got this heavenly light green screen effect. I don't know. Definitely, yes, it's definitely
The
Sans,
godfather
guys.
of
I like fade out.
Comic Sans.
I really wish I didn't put my mouse here, because the problem is, like, I graded out and it looked great, but the problem is it like clips at the mouse, and I'm just so angry. Like, come on, you were right there.
Comic Sans.
But yeah, and then this still looks weird because I didn't want to like do a nest of them together, but basically like I tried my best to like pair up like the fading in and out with my webcam and the screen, and I feel like I did a pretty good job, and I'm proud of that.
You want to stretch it out a bit. Maybe make it a little bit bigger.
Like
so it's
not like out the
readable.
funny fade across. This one right here, this effect right here, this also bricked my computer. Like it could not handle it.
Get over
It was
a bit.
ridiculous.
And boom.
All right, and now we have this
And boom.
and boom. If you know what this is from, I'm not gonna say what this is from. It slightly says it right here, but if you know what this is from, you're
And
Chad.
boom. Perfect. And there we go.
And boom. That's the
Pretty
whole process.
much a perfect self-portrait.
It's
but
perfect, guys.
We're not done yet.
Billy Mays, not done yet. I had to. I think that's what I was thinking about when I like said that. Like I thought about myself putting over the
We're
not done yet. Like, cause I remember watching like meme videos where like they would die, and like enter the dungeon and then be like, but I'm not done. But I'm not done yet. I think I like the way I phrased it in the video. I don't think I found a bunch of clips that were like really close to what it was, but it wasn't quite it, and so I had to like find one that was like different.
So what you want
I'm
to
speaking
do is you wanna
nonsense.
go through and
I like-
save this as
Now I just thought about this. It's like even the actions I do, like the stuff that like the facial features, like this, that's a reference to crap. Like when I do this, that's a Wallace and Gromit reference because
I'm a nerd.
And I'm dumb and stupid. I'm not original. I'm just. The more I think about it, the more I just realize that, like, I'm just a sponge. I just, like, sponge all the different medias, and then I just, like, squeeze it all out into some delicious juice, like a real sponge.
Let's save it as a JPEG.
Did I download? Now, see, it says a grand. Okay, no. I thought I downloaded the entirety of Wallace and Gromit building a Grande out. I don't think I did. I just found like a YouTube video of like him building the rocket.
Let's save it as a JPEG.
A JPEG. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. I wanted to include that in the video so bad, where it would just be like JPEG, but I just.
So here's
I
my
passed
other
on it.
art. You can look at it.
Maybe someday I'll like show you guys all this art I did. But I don't know.
We're gonna call this self-portrait.
Now, right here, I say portrati, like portrati, and I purposely try to spell portrati. I spell portarate, like the A and R are mixed up. Now, there was originally, I was going to put in, like, a clip where it's like, oh, look, an idiot. Let's point and laugh. And I think I do have that clip in here. Hold on, let me find it. If I go to videos, I have the entirety of the Hotel Mario cutscenes. Why? Here it is.
Of
Oh,
Uno
look,
Mas.
an idiot. Let's
I don't know
point
who Uno Mas
and
is, but
laugh.
I wanted to put that, like, that clip right there.
Portrati.
Oh gosh.
But Portrati.
And it was really like he would be scrolling across and he's like, let's point and laugh. But I think when I thought about it, like that was kind of an out of place joke. I didn't really like how it, like, fit in with the video. And I feel like most people wouldn't notice it. Like, not notice the video, but like notice like what the heck is he talking about? Like, what's he trying to say with this? And I also thought about, but I never put it into the editing. But I thought about making like a freeze frame right here, and it would like be like, duh. It would play like the sad music, like, bah, 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 bah. And it'd play like the sad, like I cry every time music, right here. But I ended up not doing it, and I just ignored it, and people didn't notice. In conclusion, misspell on purpose.
Of Uno Mas.
Oh, it's lagging. Now, see, I say self-portrait of Uno Mas.
I don't know who Uno Mas is, but I just heard someone point at me and say Uno Mas one.
Now, you got a lot of things going at this. Apparently, Uno Mas, I thought Uno Mas meant the one. I thought it meant something else. Uno Mas meaning. Apparently, it means one more. So I guess, like, in the context for that joke to work, I would have to be like going into like a Spanish restaurant and be like, and they'd point at me and say one more in Spanish. I guess that for that joke to work. But I just thought I thought Uno Mas meant like one, the one, or big one, because Uno and then Mas, like mass. I got mass. But you know. And apparently that's not what it means. But the more you know. And then right here I say en masse, which is French for poo poo stinky. Just kidding, it's en masse meaning. It means it's an English word. I'm dumb. Apparently, it's like an actual word. En masse is English? I thought it was French. Oh well.
So,
Basically said amour. What? Well, I think uno is like one, and it's more, so it'd be like one more. But I was trying to say like big one, but I spelled it wrong.
I mean,
But I guess for this video, like it's just a massive crap post. Actually, no, I mean in more. Huh. But yeah, basically, like for this whole video, it's just a massive crap post, and I take nothing seriously. So, like, I guess it's fine. I just like I
we'll
roll
say
with it.
Uno Mas once. So,
So,
that's my name now.
and then there's this funny little edit where it's like Uno Mas does things. I didn't want to do this. I did this because I didn't want to like show my subscriber count, because I feel bad about showing my subscriber count because like it could like change. I thought this video would blow up, which it did. It very much did, but I thought it would blow up like it'd get like 10,000 views, and so I was preparing for that in case like they saw my subscriber count. Yeah. Grande Uno. I guess self-portraitive Grande Uno. I don't know, it just doesn't roll off the tongue as well. But yeah, I put Uno Mas does things, at least 7 subscribers, which, let me check. Let me, hold on a second. Oh, crap. Let me, check real quick. Okay, alright, zoom in. Yeah, I'd say that's at least 7. So I think we're good. Unless I tank this video. Nah.
Save that. And now we move on to the second step.
I like this zoom in though. It's just kind
The
of like
final step, I mean. The final. I meant the.
I like that. And basically right here, this was originally going to be like spam flashing text, and like at the intro where I say like a pro. It was originally going to be like that, but then I brought a friend over, the same friend who was visiting from out of town that I mentioned, and he said, yeah, you shouldn't do that because that caused epilepsy. Because if you like do this, let me get rid of myself real quick. But it's like if you in like a dark room and like you were watch that, it would hurt. He said it would hurt your eyes, so I chose to like change it. And like it was gonna be flashing text, but then I changed it to I went through a few changes, but I eventually got to just spam between green and green and blue. Now, and of course, right here, the music that's used is from Rayman Origins. The level's called the Tricky Treasure, where basically you chase after a treasure chest for a red tooth. Basically, that's what that's from, except I sped it up by like way too much. And yeah, and that was the end of like the video. That was basically it. Originally, but then I thought to myself, I need to like film the rest of this, and so I had a dumb idea, and like, you know what, I'm gonna need to film it. But my house, fun fact, my house has people in it. Yeah, I know, pretty crazy. But basically, what that meant for me to do is I had to like plan a day where like I'd have to film when the house was empty. And it was very annoying to do that. And I have to like plan days. I have to try to convince my family to leave the house so I can run around being an idiot in my house. And originally I had planned to like fit a day to film, and I accidentally filmed the day before because everyone had left the house the day before. And so I thought, oh, it's time for me to film the video. And then they had got home early. It's like, dude, you're supposed to get back till later. It's like, no, that's for tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. Because I was supposed to film the day after that. But basically, like the whole first like little bit of this part after this is explaining like a okay, I'm just gonna look up the word contingency. I'm gonna look up if it's the right word. A future event, which is possible, but it's not like a loophole. No, I don't know where the word. Like a flaw in the video, where basically I have to So I'll give you some background, but basically, when I made the video, I was working in like an upstairs area, as you can see by my webcam. Like I filmed this upstairs at daytime, because like that was my original setup. It was like on a giant white desk, and it was up at the upstairs, in my upstairs area. And so and between when I filmed that and when I edited it, I had moved my desks. And also another thing is like this. How do I explain this? Because this is supposed to be editor me. And it was already weird of me to do that at my non-computer station. Because like I was upstairs on my computer, but then it shows me here. So how would I explain that? And that's basically what this part of the video plans to explain. Sorry about that. And basically I had to like think, how would I fit that into the video? And let's watch the result. Now, for our second step, we will... Wait. Where'd my desk go? Yeah. That's the explanation. Also, since we're technically at a stopping point, I'm gonna take yet another break. I am sorry, guys. Because I really have to pee. So I'll be like back in a hot second. Let's put on the someone requested to put on Persona music. I believe Persona 5 Cafe. Alright. Alright, guys. I'll be right back. See ya. All right, we're back. Oh, hold on. Let me mute that. Hold on, sorry. Had to cough, sorry. Really sad no one's donated yet. And my offer's still up. Like, I'll double my amount if someone donates. Yeah. Let's shut up, Persoba. Well, it's time to finish out the video. Yes. This is the final stretch of the video. We've finished the... We finished this part of the video. I call this first step. Draw. Basically... Now, for our second step, we will... Now, basically, one note is everything before this was not scripted. I had a slight idea of what I wanted to say and like do, but like exact lines, nada. Past this though, everything is heavily scripted, and I follow a much stricter script thing and like shot taking, and so it becomes like a lot more like a fast-paced skit. Now, for our second step, we will... Like, I did like 5 takes of that. Well, actually, just think about it for a second. On average, almost every single, like, shot, like, cut. Like, you see that as, like, a different perspective. That's 5 takes for every single perspective that, like, got cut. And it was, like, a pain to, like, figure out, alright, which one's the best take. And then you, like, take that and you, like, sew it all together. Wait. Like the zoom out. And of course, right here is the the song called "Right Behind You" from the TF2 Fight Songs OST. I need an excuse to stand up today. Anyway, right here we use the Wii Party suggestions. Wait, for our next step, we need to venture to over there. So let's perambulate on down to our next step in our Oh crap. Over there. Why is it lagging? Wait, am I lagging? No? Over there. So let's... What the heck, man? Why is it lagging? It's not supposed to be lagging. Venture to... Over there. Are you kidding me, man? But basically, I say, like, over there. Right? Computer, are you okay? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... Yeah, everything's fine. What the heck, man? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something real quick. Now my computer, like, I have a night light enabled. Where basically, like, the screen turns orange at around, like, a certain time of day. I'm gonna quickly go in and disable that. So give me a second. Display, night light. It turns on at 6 o'clock in winter because, like, it gets darker outside. But yeah, I just want this so in case it's like a better view for you guys. But yeah. Over there. So I don't know why it's lagging. Our next step in our recreation. Originally, for recreational, I was originally going to do. Actually, let me just open my Photoshop because it's in there. I know for sure, but I don't think I have the actual file. Just gotta wait for this to load. Okay, get out of here. Oh, my brick. My computer can't handle like 3 being open. But yeah, you see this? This beautiful man. I was originally gonna do this, and it'd be like go like that, and but as you can see, it doesn't look too good. and I didn't really want to stretch out like a skin color, like throughout all that cropped out area. But yeah, and I did recreation. I don't know. But I just decided to put in text, which is railway. Fun fact. Artistic. Now, right here, emotionally, I'm on the artistic spectrum, which is a reference to the show IT Crowd, which you may not know, but you'll recognize the memes from it if you hear about it. Like, me and my dad quote that show all the time, so. And I remember, like, artistic, so I just said, oh, just put a meme there. But it flies by so fast, but that you pretty much can't even read it. Recreation. I like this rainbow color I got. It's a really nice, it's rounded colors. I must go quickly. Right now! Now, originally, right here. Well, actually, let me just play it out. Right now, it's do or die. Keep running, keep running. Right there. That was like every single change in shot was like 5 takes again. So it's like that's like 24 takes in total. And I was like sweaty. My feet this was all barefoot, by the way. And my feet were hurting and I was tired. Oh, also, another fun fact. You see all this open area? I like moved my desk. I removed my desk, like the white desk. It was up there. Like my little sister used it for like her school stuff because we're like all homeschooled. We got like alternating. Like you go to school, stay at school, you stay home and do homework, stuff like that. She had like a desk up there, and I had to like remove it. I had to like move all the stuff into the hallway that's like behind it, and it was like such a cramped hallway. Also, I thought about taking this down, but I don't think I did. And you can see some family pictures right there, but ignore those. I don't want to get doxxed. But yeah, and there was like I had to move like tables. There was like chairs. There was a TV stand right there. Yeah, and of course I use a certain song. Infernal again says another good song to use is Supersonic Racing. Now, what do you mean by supersonic racing? Because I think I know what you're talking about. Let me find it. The actual song. Is this song? Yes, okay. Everybody supersonic racing. I could have done that, but honestly, like, I didn't want, like, a Sonic. No, that's racist towards Sonic. I just didn't feel like that was a good song to use. Like, it could have been great. I just didn't think, like, alright, what's a song that's, like, go fast? And, like, Sonic, like, it's Sonic. Sonic goes fast. I feel like that was too, like, played out. I had to find something that was like really niche, and that would fit like the like skedaddle sound effect where it's like but a little bit of like the Scooby-Doo skedaddle sound effect. So and so for this, I looked deep into my brain and I'm like, and I remembered that in an episode of the Super Mario World cartoon, the video where Bowser or King Koopa opens a McDonald's and everyone becomes a chicken and he plans to cook the chickens, I remembered that there was the part where like all the chickens and he sicks all the chickens on Mario and Peach, and I just thought she says, "If you can't fly, suggest we run." and then they run away, and then they start to play like a song, like that song, and you don't know where to turn, and it's not copyrighted, and it's like it's like keep running, like in the song is the main chorus. You can also use the CS go 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 sound. Oh yeah, like go 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 moo moo moo. I could have done like a sound effect like that, but I think the skedaddle sound effect was like, I think that fit a lot better to the tone. I feel like CSGO, it would have been maybe a little bit too serious, but I'm not sure. But basically, water. But I just, that deep, deep memory of just like, I just remember. It's still a really good video. Yeah. I just thought it wouldn't fit too well. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face I'm making. Okay, I'm gonna... I'm gonna save that for later. Edgelord activated. Exactly. The stance. The pose. It's beautiful. But yeah, like, I just remember that deep, deep memory of, like, the... And also another thing is, originally it was... You could hear... Oh, what's this? Yeah, I had, like, the sounds of me running around the house. So you could hear through, like, the Scooby-Doo, like, skedaddle sound effect and the Mario World Do or Die song. You could hear me going... You could hear that on the floor. Now, I had it originally like that. But for some reason, whenever I did that, that was another key moment that, like, bricked my computer. And it just didn't like me having that. And so I just took it out when everything run perfectly smooth. But I kind of wish I could have kept the, like, little running sound effect. It would have been funny, but... yeah.
Now, to execute the next step, it is required that you print out your
See, I say Mrs. Paint.
drawing onto...
Is there anything else of note in this scene? No. Not really. Oh yeah, right here. A detail that probably, like, no one notices. Like, the whole time I'm running, every time, like, you see me running, I'll, like, play the skedaddle sound effect. If you hear there, like, a dun, like, because if you look on the timeline, there's a little blip where I jump, and then, like, I place my feet on the ground. I put in the skedaddle sound effect for, like, a split second because my feet are touching the ground, and it's technically like a run. And I just thought it would be funny to do that, but again, like, I feel like nobody would notice that, but I just liked it, so I put it in.
Now, to execute the next step,
Alright, we're getting very close to the end,
it is
guys.
required that
Just hang in there for a
you
bit
print out your
longer.
drawing onto some deceased.
That was also one I used keyframe, but I feel like that one, it was really good. Like, really good editing. Like, I did a really good job editing the keyframes.
Some deceased tree.
And then the zoom
So let's
out. Oh, masterpiece.
Go ahead and do that.
Right. Now, right there, it's probably, like, one of my favorite things to edit. And, like, even when I was setting up, like, the filming stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great to put together. Good use of the song. That, I was gonna use the song is called O Fortuna, and you're like, ba 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 ba, and it's that song. Like, you guys know what that is. It's the dun 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 dun. Like, right? It's a famous song. But the problem is, I went onto YouTube and I looked up, like, the videos of that song, of Fortuna, and it was copyrighted. And like it's an old classical song. It was copyrighted. So I thought, like, how do I get around this? End of the World song. Yes, that song. It's like a famous song. But it was copyrighted all over YouTube. So I'm just thinking, how I want to use this, but I don't want to get copyrighted. So what do I do to get around this? And so I went in, and there was like some, I don't want to be racist, but like Asian, Korean, I don't know, like some school in like Korea, like Asian Korean school, they did like a performance of it with instrumentals, with no vocal recordings. And I'm like, yes, because I already didn't want like the audio recordings. I just wanted the like instrumentals. And so that wasn't in the YouTube copyright detection system. So I could use that and get away with it. And yeah, that's the whole story. Like, I went and found an instrumental version. Yeah, it's Tricky Treasure right behind you. Suggestions. It's Do or Die. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I didn't put it on the list. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. I didn't put it on the list. Oh, well, this is, I didn't put this on the list. Well, because, like, it skips right onto, like, the Bistro Pierre. Well, I guess because this is technically, like, a sound effect. That's why I didn't put it on the list. Because there's a lot of songs I use that are, like, sound effects. Like, are only for, like, 10 seconds. But it's technically, like, a song. Like, with that, like, boom. With, like, the boom. That sound effect, it's technically from a song, so I could technically credit that. But I think my rule was if it was less than like 15 seconds or used as a sound effect, then I didn't put it on the list. But yeah, if you just look up O Fortuna instrumental, you'll probably find this if you really care to look. But did I? Okay, I didn't pause it. And I just like the back and forth of like, I just stare at the printer like, I just thought it was funny. And then it's like a mwah. That is a reference to Technoblade. God rest his soul. He made a video where like it's like he won like a Minecraft tournament and the top 3 players got like a Blaze pet. And he's like, this is it. Let's see my reward. And then he like does it and he's like, mwah. And it's basically just a copy of that. Again, I'm not original. Why, thank you, HP DeskJet 41000 printer. Also, in that clip right there, you could hear the fridge going on the background, which would later ruin, or like it would get in the way of like one of my recordings. But yeah, you could hear the fridge ruined a lot of things. Why thank you, H. And also, there was like 4 takes of me doing this, and it's like, thank you. And it was I originally was gonna use a clip where it was like, wow. Why, thank you. And I would, like, dub over it and be like, HP Desk. It'd be HP DeskJet 41000 printer. I was really going to do that, but I just thought, nah, this one looks better. Also right there, you can see me glance over to here. Because over there, I have my script open on my laptop. Because, like, my laptop, I can fold it and, like, use it as a tablet. I had my script lying over 1000 printer. So now with your epic drawing having been printed out fully, it is time to move on to the meat and potatoes, which, ironically, requires you to treat this like some meat and potatoes, but I'm getting... I originally, like, thought about going back to refilm it, because meat and potatoes, I thought that was a penis joke. But apparently, I think people use it often as a term for like the main stuff. But I've heard people use it as like a thing for talking about your wee wee. So I thought about cutting that out. But I'm like, enough people use it regularly, so I think it's fine. Let's move on to the final transformative step. Here we go. Initiate speediness. Yeah, honestly, I wish I could have kept it because, like, I feel like the transitions in between, like, when I start running and, like, when I'm standing there, like, they feel odd because it just, everything cuts out. And yeah, I could have. Also, I don't think people understand, but, like, I was right there. I just need to get to over here. But instead, initiate speediness. I go that way, take a right, go this way, take a right again. Also, I'm really proud of that shot right there where I'm on the floor. I really like that shot. And then I go back. Also, for some reason, yeah. And I'm really proud of, like, how I filmed all this. And also, for each one of those, like, cutaways, it was 3 takes. I did 3 takes for, like, the running parts. I did one where, like, I walked, like this. I did one where, like, I walked like that. There was one where, like, I, like, pattered my feet across
Now
the
that
floor.
we're
And yeah. And, of course, we're under a gun. Also, I realized that, like, in that song, they say we're under a gun. Like, that was in a Mario song. Like, under a gun, like, they're being threatened to shoot. Like, unless I'm being dumb, like, wow, that's brutal.
in the
But
right
yeah.
zone.
And yeah, also, for some reason, this is, like, crusty as heck. And I don't know why.
Of operation. We need to
Like, and also, I had to, like, retake this.
switch to the right.
Times. But yeah.
Close.
We got the right zone of operation. We need to switch to the right. Close. And I'm circling that. Got my phone here. Oh, look, another Webtoon update. Shut up. Basically, we got this right zone of operation. We should switch to the right. Close.
Now that we're in the right zone of operation, we need to switch to the right clothes.
I like this edit where it's just me and it's like zone, and then, like, it cuts to me, like, violently circling. I just thought that
Of
was
operation.
funny.
Now, normally,
What? Huh. Alright. I think we're
There's-
fine. But yeah, I like right zone, right close.
operation. Now,
Oh, also, the song that's used here is the Welcome to Bistro Pierre from Personal Cooking Trainer, which is a game on the DS, and I really like that song, so I used it.
now
in this video.
normally, I'd have to walk.
And this part right here, this took a lot of keyframing as well. And it's basically like, I put a rat in the attic. This is, because it's kind of like my house, the layout of my house. So it's like kitchen's here, staircase, my room with the dresser. And then this is my parents' bedroom. I censor it because you don't need to see that part of the house. It's not necessary. I put a rat up there. Also, the background is a cat eating spaghetti, being force-fed spaghetti because
All the way
like it.
upstairs, take off my clothes,
take off my clothes, and I like that edit.
put on my.
I say put on my clothes. I put on one sombrero. Thought
My
that was funny.
clothes. Walk back all the way down here as you.
Also, keyframing the stupid hat. I hated this. Like, I just had to keep keyframing this dumb hat
You saw it's pretty
onto
long
my
walk.
head. And, like, I had to, like, adjust it with my movement. It was very
But
hard.
luckily, I have.
And yeah. Also, right here. So earlier, we heard, like, earlier, and then we got cut away. So this, we see me, I walked over that direction. So, lore. I'm dead. Mario is dead. Link is dead. Lore. And yeah, what about this? There's Poochie. Yeah, I made sure to make everything look like it was all the same. And of course, in the second monitor, I got at the Donkey Kong Country TV show music video, I'm Nobody's Hero. What's up, bro? Yeah, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome to the nice stream. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm here. It's a donation. If you feel free like donating, feel free to click in the description. Give me money. But yeah, it's all gonna go to charity. And I'm just going through my video. Currently all the way over here. And yeah. It's nice to see you, dude. But we got this, and it's lore. JoJo Things lore. I'm dead. Like Link. Like Game Theory said. Right. But, anyways. I can just switch my clothes. Also, right here, I got a lot of compliments for, like, the following section. That was like, yo, that was so slick. It was so good. Yobi. Just like that. Oh, that's masterpiece. The lore. Yes, the lore. Guys, JoJo Does Things lore. Scott the Woz lore, out of here. Matt Pat lore, not even caring. SpongeBob Theory Guy lore, out of the house. Markiplier lore, no. JoJo Does Things lore. Invest now. Subscribe.